Chapter 44. Seeing that Zhou Donghuang only looked quietly at Fang Jishan and Ma Dongfeng without saying a word, Lu Qinghu said to Zhou Donghuang, "Young Master Donghuang, please accept it, they are doing this to thank you for the lesser-weighted sand palm." Obviously, the technique that Zhou Donghuang had given to Lu Qinghu a few days ago had been shared with the Fang and Ma families. Fu. As soon as Zhou Donghuang spoke, Fu, who was standing at the side, stepped forward to accept the gifts and money that Fang Jishan and Ma Dongfeng had given him. "Chief Fang, Chief Ma, please go out and organize the people we have brought. Young Master Donghuang and I will go over in a moment," Lu Qinghu said to Fang Jishan and Ma Dongfeng. "All right." Fang Jishan and Zhou Donghuang respectfully bade farewell to Zhou Donghuang before leaving the room. Seeing how Lu Qinghu had attained level 4 of Qi gathering and led the Lu family to become a preeminent family because of his efforts to curry favor with Zhou Donghuang, both Fang Jishan and Ma Dongfeng were naturally envious. Because of this, they also wanted to curry favor with Zhou Donghuang. However, they were also clear that in Zhou Donghuang's eyes, their status was definitely not as high as Lu Qinghu's. Now that Lu Qinghu had asked them to leave, whether it was because of Lu Qinghu's current ability or because of their image in front of Zhou Donghuang, even if they wanted to stay and cultivate their relationship with Zhou Donghuang, they did not dare to stay. Soon, only Zhou Donghuang, Fu, and Lu Qinghu were left in the huge front yard. "Young Master Donghuang, I know that ordinary things are no longer worthy of your attention. In the future, if you have any errands for me, just say the word, and I, Lu Qinghu, and even the entire Lu family, will do anything for you without hesitation," Lu Qinghu said respectfully to Zhou Donghuang, and what he had said was equivalent to submitting the entire Lu family to Zhou Donghuang. "Just because I gave you a lesser-grade technique and a bottle of Qi gathering elixir that can help you attain level 4 of Qi gathering, you will submit the preeminent Lu family to me?" Zhou Donghuang glanced at Lu Qinghu and asked meaningfully. "Young Master Donghuang, it is all thanks to you that the Lu family can become a preeminent family. I, Lu Qinghu, know my own limitations. If not for the Qi gathering elixir you gave me, I would never have been able to break through to level 4 of Qi gathering in my life," Lu Qinghu said seriously. In the cultivation of the martial Tao, the further one progressed, the more difficult it became. In the end, it was even harder than ascending to the heavens. Lu Qinghu's father, the previous patriarch of the Lu family, had attained level 3 of Qi gathering at about the same age as him, but he had never attained level 4 of Qi gathering in his entire life. His father's greatest regret when he was alive was that he did not have the opportunity to obtain a bottle of Qi gathering elixir that could double the sensitivity to Qi. Otherwise, he had a 90% chance of attaining level 4 of Qi gathering and leading the Lu family to become a preeminent family. Lu Qinghu knew that if not for the bottle of Qi gathering elixir that Zhou Donghuang had given him, he would most likely have followed in his father's footsteps. "I was the one who gave you that lesser-grade martial art. Why did you give it to the Fang clan and the Ma clan?" Zhou Donghuang asked Lu Qinghu as he picked up the teacup on the table and sipped on it. "Young Master Donghuang, those herbs were provided by our 3 families together. Therefore, I felt that they should have a share of the martial art that you gave them." As Lu Qinghu spoke, he bowed again to apologize. "However, I did not receive young Master Donghuang's permission to pass on the martial art to them, and that was overstepping my authority. Please forgive me, young Master Donghuang. You're doing this for me to see, right?" Zhou Donghuang looked deeply into Lu Qinghu's eyes. His piercing gaze seemed to penetrate Lu Qinghu's heart, and Lu Qinghu's expression turned awkward. Indeed. A large part of the reason he had done so was to show Zhou Donghuang. He had wanted to use this incident to tell Zhou Donghuang that he, Lu Qinghu, was not someone who would forget his roots. "You are an intelligent person," Zhou Donghuang said. "Otherwise, would not have given you that bottle of Qi gathering elixir before I left the prefecture capital. After all, if word of the efficacy of that bottle of Qi gathering elixir were to spread, it would cause a huge uproar in the country of Yunyang. You did not tell anyone about the efficacy of that bottle of qi-gathering elixir, did you? Zhou Donghuang asked unhurriedly as he stared at Lu Qinghu. Young Master Donghuang, because I knew how precious and special that bottle of qi-gathering elixir was, I did not dare mention its efficacy to anyone else. Lu Qinghu nodded hurriedly. Even to my brother Lu Bao, I only told him that young Master Donghuang had given me a bottle of qi-gathering elixir that doubled the sensitivity to qi. A qi-gathering elixir that doubled the sensitivity to qi. If word of this got out, the whole country of Yunyang would be turned upside down. As he spoke, Lu Qinghu's expression became serious. Young Master Donghuang, you have given me a new lease on life, I naturally would not harm you. Zhou Donghuang nodded his head in satisfaction and looked at Fu. Fu, prepare 10 bottles of qi-gathering elixir that doubled the sensitivity to qi, and give them to Chief Lu later. Yes, young master. Fu left with the order. 10 bottles? Lu Qinghu's eyes lit up, and his breathing quickened. He had thought that even the youth in front of him did not have many of those qi-gathering elixirs. He did not expect the youth to give him 10 bottles in just a few words. What he did not know was that these qi-gathering elixirs were merely the ones that Zhou Donghuang had eliminated, and even Fu did not use them. Thank you, young Master Donghuang. Lu Qinghu thanked Zhou Donghuang respectfully. There is one more thing I need you to do. Zhou Donghuang took out a piece of paper and handed it to Lu Qinghu. This is the formula for the qi-gathering elixir. It is the same efficacy as the qi-gathering elixirs on the market. With this qi-gathering elixir, your Lu family can monopolize the qi-gathering elixir market in Yunfeng Prefecture. Monopolize the qi-gathering elixir market in Yunfeng Prefecture? Lu Qinghu took the formula doubtfully. With just one look, his face was full of shock. With these cheap herbs, you can formulate a qi-gathering elixir that increases the sensitivity to qi by 50%? The formula for the qi-gathering elixir on the market that increased the sensitivity to qi by 50% was no secret. As long as it was a lesser family or above, they could request it from the king's household. However, the herbs needed for the formula for the qi-gathering elixir were rare and expensive. The cost of these herbs, it is not even 1/10 of the cost of the herbs for the qi-gathering elixir on the market, but the resulting qi-gathering elixir has the same efficacy? Lu Qinghu looked at Zhou Donghuang in disbelief. He could not believe that he could formulate the qi-gathering elixir on the market with such cheap herbs. I will provide the formula, and I will not take much of the profits. You pay for the herbs and manpower, but I want 50% of the profits. Zhou Donghuang said. Even if he had asked for 70 or 80% of the profits, Lu Qinghu would not have had any objections. But that wasn't his style. Young Master Donghuang, our Lu family only wants 20% of the profits. This is a profitable business, and we will definitely make a profit. Lu Qinghu said. Even if they only wanted 20% of the profits, the Lu family would still earn a lot, far more than selling the qi-gathering elixirs on the market, because this qi-gathering elixir could monopolize the entire market in Yunfeng Prefecture. If I say 50%, it means 50%. If you are not willing, I will find someone else. Zhou Donghuang said lightly. Qinghu thanks young Master Donghuang on behalf of the Lu family. As Lu Qinghu bowed to Zhou Donghuang once again to express his gratitude, there was a subtle look of respect in his eyes. Have you brought all the servant girls and waiters that I asked you to? Zhou Donghuang asked Lu Qinghu. The main reason he had gone to the prefecture capital the last time was to reopen Yunxian restaurant so that his mother, Lin Lan, would not have to worry about it. Yes, they are outside. Lu Qinghu nodded profusely. With the servant girls and waiters that the Lu, Fang, and Ma families had brought, Yunxian restaurant quickly reopened, and an announcement was made that it would officially open the next day. When the people of Qingshan town found out that the new servant girls and waiters were all from the Lu, Fang, and Ma families of the prefecture capital, they even thought that Yunxian restaurant had changed owners. It was only when they saw Zhou Donghuang appear and the patriarchs of the Lu, Fang, and Ma families standing respectfully behind him that they realized that Yunxian restaurant had not changed owners. No one suspected that the patriarchs of the three big families were imposters. In Yunfeng Prefecture, the families and individuals who were more powerful than these three families would not deign to impersonate them, and the families and individuals who were not as powerful did not have the guts to do so. The previous chefs of Yunxian restaurant returned to Yunxian restaurant that day, and many servant girls and waiters who had received the news also returned. Yunxian restaurant opened for business smoothly the next day. Because of the 50% discount, the doorsill of Yunxian restaurant was almost trampled to pieces by the customers who came and went. Young Master Dong Huang, farewell. Lu Qinghu, Fang Jishan, and Ma Dongfeng also bid farewell to Zhou Donghuang on the evening of the opening of Yunxian restaurant. Riding on the back of his Fergana horse, Lu Qinghu held a brocade box in his hand, his face ruddy and radiant. Inside the brocade box were 10 bottles of qi-gathering elixir that Zhou Donghuang had given him, which could double the sensitivity to qi. With these qi-gathering elixirs, his level of practice would be able to increase rapidly. The smooth opening of Yunxian restaurant shocked many people of Qingshan town, especially the three lesser families of Qingshan town, who were completely dumbfounded. That youth is clearly a dragon, but you all treat him like a worm. Now, do you regret it? In the Qin family household, the grand patriarch of the Qin family, Qin Yi, looked at the Qin family patriarch, Qin Long, and the first young master of the Qin family, Qin Fei, and gave a long sigh. The Qin family had been on good terms with that youth, and there was hope that they would rise to greater heights in the future. But all of this had been ruined by the Qin family. At the same time, in the Wang family household, the patriarch of the Wang family, Red Crane Wang, looked indignant. That little brute, how could he have made the patriarchs of the three lesser families bow and scrape before him? Big brother. Just then, the second master of the Wang family, Bamboo Crane Wang, said with a bitter smile, I just received news, the Lu family of the prefecture capital is no longer a lesser family. The patriarch of the Lu family, Lu Qinghu, has attained level 4 of qi gathering, and the Lu family has become a preeminent family. Chapter 45. A level 4 adept of qi gathering? Hearing Bamboo Crane Wang's words, Red Crane Wang was dumbstruck, and it took him a moment to recover his wits, muttering to himself, that little bastard, who is he? A level 4 adept of qi gathering, even in the prefecture capital of Yunfeng Prefecture, would be a major figure, capable of supporting a preeminent family. And such a person had come all the way from the prefecture capital to Qingshan town to support the reopening of Zhou Donghuang's Yunxian restaurant? I feel that it doesn't matter who he is, all we need to know is that he is someone we cannot afford to offend in this lifetime. Bamboo Crane Wang said with a bitter smile, a level 4 adept whose son has had one of his legs crippled by Zhou Donghuang, is still able to bow and scrape before Zhou Donghuang. This is enough to say a lot. That is the chief of the Lu family of the prefecture capital, Lu Qinghu. The Lu, Ma, and Fang families, the three great lesser families, were able to gain a foothold under the watchful eyes of the preeminent families in the prefecture capital. Not all of it was due to him, but at least half of it was due to him. As an inferior-level medicine master, Bamboo Crane Wang often went to the prefecture capital, and he naturally knew that Lu Qinghu was a very formidable person. The Zhong family household. How can this be? The three siblings, Zhong Gang, Zhong Yi, and Zhong Xiu, gathered together again. They looked at each other, and saw the look of disbelief in each other's eyes. Zhou Donghuang maimed the sons of the chiefs of the three elite lesser families, and not only did they not seek revenge on Zhou Donghuang, they even sent servants and waiters to Zhou Donghuang. And they came all the way to Qingshan town to support the reopening of Yunxian restaurant? This news was unbelievable to the three of them, and they felt as if they were living in a dream. All three of you are here? Just in time. A tall, bald, middle-aged man in a grey robe walked into the courtyard where the three of them were. He had a ferocious look on his face. Father. The three of them bowed respectfully to the newcomer. From the way they addressed the newcomer, it was obviously the chief of the Zhong family, Zhong Yun. I heard that the three of you have some problems with the owner of Yunxian restaurant, Zhou Donghuang? Zhong Yun stared at the three of them, and his expression darkened. Father, we only joked with him a little. Zhong Gang said hesitantly. Without waiting for Zhong Yi and Zhong Xiu to speak, Zhong Yun glanced coldly at the three of them. From now on, whenever you see him, you must respectfully address him as young Master Donghuang, and act as cowardly as you can. If I find out that you dare to disrespect him again, don't blame me for ripping off your skin. After coldly leaving behind these words, Zhong Yun flicked his sleeves and left, leaving Zhong Gang, Zhong Yi, and Zhong Xiu speechless. I really can't figure it out. How did a martial invalid who was like a wild chicken suddenly become a phoenix? Zhong Xiu said angrily. Her tone was filled with unwillingness. Now, Zhong Xiu's mood was similar to that of a person who had been trampled under her feet in the past. But, she had suddenly turned the tables and stepped on her. After Yunxian restaurant reopened, Zhou Donghuang's life returned to normal, and all he did was practice. In this period of time, the Li family that Zhou Donghuang had thought would come looking for him did not, as if they had completely disappeared. But, on second thought, Zhou Donghuang was relieved. After the reopening of Yunxian restaurant, Lu Qinghu, the patriarch of the Lu family, who had attained level 4 of Qi gathering and had led the Lu family to become a preeminent family, had come all the way to Qingshan town to support him, as if he had completely forgotten that Zhou Donghuang had crippled his son's leg. It was not difficult for the Li family to know about this. And this incident was enough to make the Li family fearful of him, and they did not dare to act rashly. On the last day of the month, January 31, 1228 of the Ziyan era, Zhou Donghuang successfully attained level 3 of Qi gathering and became a level 3 adept with the strength of 3 bulls. Of course, the strength of 3 bulls was only the strength that his Qi gave him. His maximum muscle strength was more than 1,000 jin, and the strength that he could now exert was comparable to that of an ordinary level 4 adept. With his various techniques, he would not be afraid even if he were to face an ordinary level 5 adept. Mother, have you ever thought of returning to the Lin family in the prefecture capital? Zhou Donghuang asked. With his current ability, even if he went to the prefecture capital, he would be able to hold his own. But he knew that his mother could not let go of her status as a member of the Lin family. Donghuang, the patriarch has ordered. I, Lin Lan, am not to step foot into the Lin family without being summoned by the family. Lin Lan smiled bitterly. The Lin family of the prefecture capital was her home, and if she had a choice, how could she have left home to wander the world? It was precisely because her martial talent was average and she was a collateral descendant that the Lin family had sent her to Qingshan town to be in charge of setting up and running the business. In the eyes of the Lin family, she was only a money-making tool, and as long as there was value to be extracted from her, she would not be allowed to return to the Lin family to rest. Mother, the patriarch of the Lin family gave such an order because he did not know that after you leaked the formula for the Lin family's blood-staunching elixir, you gave the Lin family an even better formula. Zhou Donghuang's eyes flashed. This time, I will accompany you back and help you clear your name. As long as we clear your name, even the patriarch of the Lin family will not be able to find any excuse to prevent you from returning to the Lin family. After attaining level 3 of Qi gathering, Zhou Donghuang planned to leave Qingshan town and settle down in the prefecture capital. Compared to Qingshan town, the prefecture capital was much more convenient. Donghuang, are you confident? Lin Lan was tempted, but she could not help but worry. If I am not confident, mother can wait a little longer. Mother, if I am not confident, I will not speak to you about this. Zhou Donghuang shook his head and smiled. All right, mother will go back with you. Lin Lan's eyes lit up, and the gloom that had been buried in her heart for so long dissipated at this moment, as if the sky had cleared after a storm. Seeing that Lin Lan had agreed, Zhou Donghuang instructed Fu to make preparations. Now, Fu was busy practicing, and he had handed over the position of chief steward of Yunxian restaurant to the leader of the group of waiters and servant girls from the three main families, a collateral descendant of the Lu family named Lu Qing. Although she was a woman, she was very capable and meticulous. Usually, besides practicing, Fu would stay in the courtyard behind Yunxian restaurant and await Zhou Donghuang's instructions. Fu, you must have attained level 1 of Qi gathering, right? Just as Fu was about to leave, Zhou Donghuang asked him. He estimated that even if Fu's talent was average, he should have attained level 1 of Qi gathering by relying on the supreme technique of the universe, Fiery Thunder Training Regimen, and the Qi gathering elixir that increased the sensitivity to Qi by 6 times. Young master, I attained level 1 of Qi gathering 6 days ago. Fu smiled sheepishly. Not bad. Zhou Donghuang nodded. To be able to break through in such a short time shows that you have worked hard and have not been lazy. All right, go and make your preparations, we will leave Qingshan town tomorrow. Fu was immediately overwhelmed by Zhou Donghuang's praise, and as he prepared to leave Qingshan town, it was as if there was a gust of wind as he walked. As they were leaving the next day, Zhou Donghuang made a trip to the Qin family household. Although the Grand Patriarch of the Qin family, Qin Yi, and the Patriarch of the Qin family, Qin Long, came out to welcome him, he remained indifferent. I'm here to look for Xiaoyu. Under the bitter gaze of Qin Yi and Qin Long, Zhou Donghuang found Qin Xiaoyu, and coincidentally, her father, Qin Zhen, was also present. Big brother Donghuang, you are leaving Qingshan town? Hearing that Zhou Donghuang was leaving the next day, the little girl immediately burst into tears. Her tears fell like rain, and no amount of coaxing worked. Big brother Donghuang, can you not leave? If you leave, it will be very difficult for Xiaoyu to see you again. Silly girl, as long as you want to see me, you can go to the prefecture capital at any time. When the time comes, you can ask Chief Steward Lu Qing of Yunxian restaurant to make the arrangements. Zhou Donghuang stroked Qin Xiaoyu's head and smiled. As for Lu Qing, I will get Fu to inform him first. Really? Only then did Qin Xiaoyu stop crying. Even if you don't believe me, you should at least believe your father, right? Zhou Donghuang looked at Qin Zhen, who was standing at the side, and smiled. Uncle Zhen, if Xiaoyu wants to go to the prefecture capital, you can go with her. Yes, young master Donghuang. Qin Zhen acknowledged respectfully. Uncle Zhen, in front of me, you don't have to be reserved, and you don't have to call me young master Donghuang. Just call me Donghuang like before. Zhou Donghuang smiled bitterly. Yes, young master Donghuang. Qin Zhen's words left Zhou Donghuang completely exasperated, but he did not say anything more. He knew that now that the three chiefs of the Lu, Ma, and Fang families had come to Qingshan town, his position in Qin Zhen's eyes was completely different. After bidding farewell to Qin Xiaoyu, Zhou Donghuang was personally escorted out of the Qin family household by Qin Yi and Qin Long. Whether in the process of entering or leaving, Zhou Donghuang did not mention to Qin Yi or Qin Long that they should take care of Qin Xiaoyu. With his current position in the eyes of Qin Yi and Qin Long, even if he did not say anything, they would know what to do. On the morning of the first day of February 1228 of the Ziyun era, a carriage pulled by a Fergana horse left Qingshan town and headed towards the prefecture capital of Yunfeng Prefecture. From the moment they left Qingshan town, Lin Lan had been pulling open the curtains of the carriage. She watched as Qingshan town became smaller and smaller, until it finally disappeared at the end of the road and before her eyes. Only then did she close the curtains again and sigh. Mother, if you want to come back in the future, we can come back anytime. Zhou Donghuang comforted her. Actually, there's nothing to miss, after all, the Magnolia Guild is gone. I just want to take a few more looks at this small town that I've been in for more than 10 years. Lin Lan shook her head and smiled. Donghuang, where's Freezing Wind? Ever since you returned from the prefecture capital half a month ago, I haven't seen him. This time, Lin Lan had not seen freezing wind at the prefecture capital, and she could not help but frown. Did you chase him away because he told mother about that matter? How could that be? Chapter 46. On the 5th of February, 1228 of the Ziyun era, as night fell and the lanterns were lit, Zhou Donghuang's carriage entered the capital city of Yunfeng Prefecture. Inside the carriage, Lin Lan opened the curtains and looked at the bustling streets of the capital, her eyes filled with excitement. Donghuang, do you see that street? When I was young, I loved to eat the candied haws sold by an auntie at the end of that street. Donghuang, that uncle's barbecue stall has been open for more than 20 years. Donghuang. As they walked along the streets of the capital, Lin Lan introduced them to Zhou Donghuang as if she was familiar with them, and Zhou Donghuang smiled and nodded as he listened patiently. Young master, shall we go to the Lu family first? Fu's voice came from outside the carriage asking Zhou Donghuang. Zhou Donghuang responded and said to Lin Lan, Mother, it's already late, let's stay at the Lu family for the night. Tomorrow, I'll accompany you back to the Lin family. To the Lu family? Wouldn't that be too troublesome? Lin Lan frowned slightly. Why don't we find an inn to stay at tonight? Mother, you don't have to worry about that. The chief of the Lu family, Lu Qinghu, would love nothing more than for me to trouble him. Zhou Donghuang shook his head with a smile. Just as Zhou Donghuang had said, when Lu Qinghu knew of Zhou Donghuang's arrival, he came out personally to welcome him. Head elder Lu Pinglan and second elder Lu Bao of the Lu family also came out to welcome him. Young Master Donghuang. After bowing to Zhou Donghuang, Lu Qinghu and the others hurriedly bowed respectfully to Lin Lan. Greetings, madam. Lin Lan was not used to this. Not long ago, she had already found out that Lu Qinghu had attained level 4 of Qi gathering and had led the Lu family to become a preeminent family. Lu Qinghu's current status in Yanshan Prefecture was equivalent to that of the chief of the Lin family. But such a person had actually bowed to her? Only now did she realize that her son Zhou Donghuang's abilities had completely exceeded her imagination. Under Lu Qinghu's personal arrangements, Zhou Donghuang and his entourage moved into the Lu family household and were given 2 spacious courtyards. Every courtyard had a few rooms. Lin Lan and Granny Lian stayed in one courtyard, while Zhou Donghuang and Fu stayed in the other. The 2 courtyards were adjacent to each other. Unfilial son, aren't you going to kneel and apologize to young Master Donghuang? Zhou Donghuang had just settled down when Lu Qinghu brought his son, Lu Yuan, over. Although Lu Yuan's leg had been reattached, he needed crutches to walk. As the saying goes, it takes 100 days to injure a tendon and break a bone. Lu Yuan's leg had been cut off by himself. Even though Fu later felt compassionate and found an inferior-level apothecary to reattach it, he could only use it to walk and could no longer use his strength. No need. Just as the pale-faced Lu Yuan was about to kneel under Lu Qinghu's scolding, Zhou Donghuang stopped him. Your leg has not healed yet. If you continue to kneel, even I will find it difficult to heal it. Fully recovered? Zhou Donghuang's words were like a bolt from the blue, causing Lu Yuan's dull eyes to light up in an instant. He could not help but ask, Young Master Donghuang, you can heal my leg? After returning, he had found an intermediate-level apothecary to examine his leg, but the apothecary could only guarantee that he would be able to walk like a normal person and could no longer use his strength. And for a martial adept, if one leg could not be used, it was no different from being crippled. Young Master Donghuang. Lu Qinghu was also excited. His son's leg could be healed? Not just your leg, but even your father's arm can be healed. Zhou Donghuang said calmly. The last 2 times he had seen Lu Qinghu's severed arm was still in a cast, but now the cast had been removed. But now, Lu Qinghu's right arm, which had been reattached after being cut off, was slightly stiff even when walking. At most, it could only be used in daily life and could no longer be used for strength. To a martial adept, such an arm was dispensable. Young Master Dong Huang. Lu Qinghu bowed and pleaded with Zhou Donghuang. If you can heal my son's leg, my life is yours. He only had one son, Lu Yuan, and he would be willing to exchange his life for his son's. Zhou Donghuang ignored Lu Qinghu, his gaze falling on Lu Yuan. Your leg and your father's arm, I will only heal one. Now, I'll give you a choice. Zhou Donghuang looked at Lu Yuan with interest. Young Master Donghuang. Hearing Zhou Donghuang's words, Lu Qinghu panicked. Just heal my son's leg. As for my arm, I offended young Master Donghuang first, and I brought this upon myself. I don't need young Master Donghuang's help to heal me. Father, you don't have to say any more. Lu Yuan smiled sadly. If I had not offended young Master Donghuang first, you would not have come into conflict with young Master Donghuang. I'm the one who brought this upon myself. Please, young Master Donghuang, heal my father's arm, and leave my leg like this. Lu Yuan stared at Zhou Donghuang, his gaze so determined that no one could doubt his determination. At least you have some filial piety. Zhou Donghuang looked deeply at Lu Yuan, then stood up from the stone bench in front of the stone table and turned to walk towards the room. Both of you, father and son, come in together. Thank you, young Master Donghuang. Now, both Lu Qinghu and Lu Yuan realized that Zhou Donghuang intended to heal both father and son together. Instantly, both of them were so excited that they lost their composure. Yuan, when you see young Master Donghuang in the future, you must be as respectful as you are to me, otherwise, I will personally break your leg. Lu Qinghu warned Lu Yuan before entering the room. On Earth in the age of chaos, medical standards were so high that even a severed leg or arm with a clean incision could be mostly recovered after surgery. This was not something that only Western medicine could do, but Chinese medicine could do as well. In fact, Chinese medicine could do even better. Of course, the prerequisite for Chinese medicine to do better was to cultivate qi and use it to perform acupuncture. Done. After spending the entire night, Zhou Donghuang finally finished performing acupuncture on both Lu Qinghu and his son in the wee hours of the morning. Fortunately, the wounds on both Lu Qinghu and his son's severed legs and arms were very clean, and the severed arms, legs, and wounds healed in a short period of time. Therefore, after Zhou Donghuang used qi to clear their nerves and arteries, they were completely healed. You should be thankful that the one who attacked Fu that day was not you, but that Ma Jin. Zhou Donghuang looked deeply at Lu Yuan. If it was like Ma Jin's, where he had crushed half of his calf, even he would not have been able to reverse the situation. That kind of wound could not be healed, let alone healed. Thank you, young Master Donghuang, for your kindness. Lu Qinghu and Lu Yuan kowtowed to Zhou Donghuang and thanked him before leaving, deeply afraid to disturb Zhou Donghuang's rest. Young Master, after what you did, I'm afraid the Lu father and son will be completely loyal to you. Fu said to Zhou Donghuang with a smile after Lu Qinghu and Lu Yuan had left. I hope so. Zhou Donghuang nodded slightly, and an almost imperceptible glint flashed in his eyes. If they behave themselves, I can give them a bright future, but if they pretend to agree but secretly go against me, even if I can heal their limbs today, I can still cripple them again in the future. Early the next morning, Zhou Donghuang and Lin Lan left the Lu family mansion with Fu and Granny Lian, preparing to head to the Lin family. The patriarch of the Lu family, Lu Qinghu, and his son, Lu Yuan, personally saw the four of them to the main door. Young Master Donghuang, do you really not need me to prepare a sedan or carriage for you? Lu Qinghu asked. No need. Zhou Donghuang shook his head. They had their own carriage, and it was a carriage drawn by Fergana horses, but his mother, Lin Lan, had said that she did not want to return in such a high-profile manner, so he had let her have it. Moreover, the Lu family mansion and the Lin family mansion were both in the prefecture capital and were not far from each other. Even if they walked, it would only take an hour. After an hour, Zhou Donghuang and the others arrived at the main door of the Lin family mansion. However, just as they reached the main door, they were stopped. Lin Lan. The two middle-aged men standing guard at the main door of the Lin family mansion immediately recognized Lin Lan, a collateral descendant of the Lin family. Although they were also collateral descendants of the Lin family, their martial talent was higher than Lin Lan's, so they could stay in the Lin family and not be sent to some small place to waste the rest of their lives. Lin Lan, what are you doing here? One of the middle-aged men, dressed in a long grayish-white robe, frowned at Lin Lan. The patriarch has ordered that you, Lin Lan, are not to step into the Lin family mansion unless summoned. Just as Lin Lan was at a loss and Zhou Donghuang stepped forward to speak, the other middle-aged man, dressed in a long grayish-brown robe, grinned and said, Lin Nan, we are all collateral descendants, why make things difficult for each other? As he spoke, he looked at Lin Lan and smiled. Sister Lin Lan, you must have come back to retrieve something, right? You can go in, but come out early. After saying that, he moved to the side. Lin Hua, you, just as Lin Nan was about to say something, Lin Hua pulled him aside and opened up a path for Zhou Donghuang and the others. Thank you, brother Lin Hua. After Lin Lan thanked Lin Hua, she excitedly led Zhou Donghuang and the others into the Lin family mansion, rushing towards her own residence. Outside the main door, Lin Nan frowned and said, Lin Hua, if anyone finds out that we let Lin Lan in, the patriarch will blame us, and we will all have to bear the consequences. Who said we let Lin Lan in? Lin Hua acted as if nothing had happened and said lightly, have you seen Lin Lan? Anyway, I haven't, but there might be someone who disobeyed the patriarch's orders and sneaked into the family mansion. As he spoke, the corner of Lin Hua's mouth turned up in a sinister smile. Lin Nan, if we are brothers, don't betray me. Lin Hua bade farewell to Lin Nan and turned to walk into the Lin family mansion. Now, I will go report to Second Elder that someone disobeyed the patriarch's orders and sneaked into the Lin family mansion. As he walked, the sinister smile on Lin Hua's face deepened. Stupid whore, I courted you in the past, but you ignored me when I gave you face. Chapter 47. Lin Lan's residence in the Lin family household was a small courtyard with 4 rooms. This was where she had grown up. In the past, Lin Lan, her parents, and Granny Lian had lived here. It had been a few years since Lin Lan had last returned, so the place was covered in cobwebs, and dust was kicked up with every step she took. However, with Granny Lian and Fu's help, it only took an hour for the entire courtyard to look brand new. Miss, I thought that Lin Hua would make things difficult for you, but not only did he not make things difficult for you, he even stopped others from making things difficult for you and allowed you to enter the family household. Granny Lian said to Lin Lan in surprise. I didn't expect that either. Lin Lan also showed a look of surprise. Granny Lian, why did you think that Lin Hua would make things difficult for mother? Zhou Donghuang asked curiously. Young master, that Lin Hua was one of Miss's suitors, and his pursuit of Miss could be described as pestering, until the end, when Miss rejected him in front of everyone, he stopped pestering Miss, Granny Lian said with a smile. When I saw him just now, I thought that he would hold a grudge because Miss embarrassed him in front of everyone and make things difficult for Mississippi. Now it seems that I was the one who judged a gentleman with my own yardstick. Granny Lian said. There was such a thing? Zhou Donghuang looked at Lin Lan. It seemed that his mother had been very charming back then, or she would not have been pestered like that. How many years ago was that? If he still holds a grudge, then he really is a little petty. Lin Lan shook her head and smiled. Moreover, I rejected him in front of everyone because I was afraid of being pestered by him, so I decided to use that method to cut the Gordian knot. I did not mean to embarrass him. Just as Zhou Donghuang and the other two were chatting happily, Fu, who was repairing the broken gate of the small courtyard, called out. Young master, madam, someone is coming. One of them is the person who let us in at the main gate. Fu said. In a moment, an old man in a grey robe appeared in front of Zhou Donghuang and the others, escorted by a middle-aged man. Lin Lan greets second elder. Greetings, second elder. Lin Lan and Granny Lian both bowed respectfully to the old man, and after bowing, Lin Lan glanced at the indifferent Zhou Donghuang and reminded him, Donghuang. Second elder. At Lin Lan's reminder, Zhou Donghuang looked at the old man and nodded casually. The old man frowned and looked at Zhou Donghuang with some dissatisfaction. Then, his gaze fell on Lin Lan and he said in a low voice, Lin Lan, the chief has ordered that you are not to step into the house unless summoned by the family. By returning so abruptly, are you disrespecting the chief, or are you disrespecting the rules of the Lin family? Second elder. Lin Lan replied respectfully, I, Lin Lan, would never dare to disrespect the patriarch, nor would I dare to disrespect the Lin family's rules. This time, the reason why I've returned is to get the patriarch to withdraw the ban against me. Ask the patriarch to take back the ban? The old man sneered, do you think the patriarch's words are a joke? To ask the patriarch to withdraw the ban, why don't you think about what you've done wrong? Second elder, it was my fault for leaking the formula for the blood-staunching elixir given by the family, I admit it. Lin Lan said in a low voice, but later, when I returned to the clan, I gave them an even better formula for the blood-staunching elixir. Just because fourth elder pocketed the formula for the blood-staunching elixir and gave it to the clan in his own name, does that mean that I, Lin Lan, have to be denied? I refuse to accept this. At this point, Lin Lan's voice suddenly became louder, and the depression that she had been suppressing for more than a month seemed to be completely released at this moment. Hearing Lin Lan's words, the old man was stunned at first, and then he frowned. The formula for the blood-staunching elixir that fourth elder had given to the family was originally given by Lin Lan? Humph. Just then, the middle-aged man standing behind the old man, the Lin family disciple Lin Hua whom Zhou Donghuang and the others had just met outside the main gate of the Lin family, suddenly snorted coldly. Lin Lan, it's fine that you brought people over the wall to return to the family like a thief, but now you dare to slander fourth elder? Lin Hua laughed coldly. Over the wall? Thief? Zhou Donghuang stared at Lin Hua, his eyes narrowed, and a cold light flashed across them. Lin Hua, what do you mean? Lin Lan's expression changed, and she glared at Lin Hua. Didn't you let us in just now? Now you're slandering us by saying that we climbed over the wall. Lin Hua, you're slandering us. Granny Lian could not stand it any longer, and she stared coldly at Lin Hua. I was just saying that you are broad-minded and do not hold a grudge against those small matters of the past. Now it seems that I have overestimated you. You let us in just to slander us? As she spoke, Granny Lian's old face contorted in anger. What nonsense are you talking about? Lin Hua's smile became even colder. Chief had already ordered that Lin Lan was not to step into the family without a summon from the family. Without a summon from the family, how could I, Lin Hua, let Lin Lan in? You have a death wish. Zhou Donghuang's expression was cold, and his eyes flashed with murderous intent. He took a step forward, ready to kill this bastard who had slandered his mother. However, he was stopped by Lin Lan. Mother. Zhou Donghuang's eyes met Lin Lan's, and he suppressed his voice as he said each word clearly, he slandered you. Donghuang, promise me, in the Lin family, unless the Lin family makes the first move, you will not make a move against a member of the Lin family. The Lin family is my root. Lin Lan's eyes were pleading. She knew that her son was different now. Even the chief of the preeminent Lu family, Lu Qinghu, had to be respectful in front of her son, not daring to act rashly. But she did not want her son to use his power against the Lin family. That would only make him and the Lin family enemies, and they would drift apart. She hoped that the Lin family would accept her son. This was her home, and she wanted it to be her son's home. Zhou Donghuang was filled with rage, but when he saw the pleading look in Lin Lan's eyes, he could only suppress it. All right, I'll listen to you, mother. Zhou Donghuang took a deep breath and said in a low voice, I only hope that the Lin family can be reasonable and give you justice, otherwise, don't blame me for being rude to them. As he said this, Zhou Donghuang's cold gaze swept over Lin Hua and the second elder of the Lin family. Lin Lan, this is your adopted son? What arrogance! I want to see how a 16 or 17-year-old youth like him can be rude to me, Lin Hua. Lin Hua looked at Zhou Donghuang, his eyes full of disdain. He, Lin Hua, was a level 2 adept of qi gathering. Why would he be afraid of a 16 or 17-year-old youth? Lin Lan, do you have any proof of what you said just now? The second elder of the Lin family, Lin Chonghuan, had regained his composure and asked Lin Lan. He added, if you don't have any proof, you will be publicly slandering fourth elder, and you will be even more guilty. Yes. Lin Lan nodded decisively. Good. You can stay here for the time being. I'll go report this matter to the patriarch. When the fourth elder returns, we'll call you over to confront him. Lin Chonghuan nodded and turned to leave. Second elder, let's not talk about the formula for now. This Lin Lan brought someone in by climbing the wall, shouldn't we punish her first? Seeing that Lin Chonghuan was about to leave, Lin Hua hurriedly followed him and reminded him. If what she said is true, the chief will withdraw the ban. That way, no matter how she came in, she will not be considered trespassing in the Lin family household. Lin Chonghuan said. What she said can't be true, Lin Hua said disdainfully. Lin Hua said disdainfully, the blood-staunching elixir made by that formula is even more effective than the one made by the intermediate-level pharmacist that our Lin family worships. How could Lin Lan have that kind of formula? Fourth elder will be back in a few days. At that time, the truth will be revealed. Lin Chonghuan ignored Lin Hua and left. Lin Hua turned back to glare at Lin Lan before leaving. This second elder of the Lin family is still reasonable. Zhou Donghuang said calmly, withdrawing his cold gaze from Lin Hua. Chapter 48. Donghuang. Lin Lan looked at Zhou Donghuang gently. I know you can't bear to see me suffer, and I know you have great ability now, even if it's black, you might be able to turn the Lin family white. But if we use force to oppress them, then what difference is there between us and fourth elder Lin Tonghong who stole our formula and threatened us? Lin Lan asked. Although Lin Lan did not know how powerful Zhou Donghuang was now. But since even the level 4 adept Lu Qinghu, who was already the patriarch of a preeminent family, had to bow and scrape before her son, it meant that her son was already superior to a preeminent family like the Lu family to a certain extent. Even the patriarch of the Lin family could not make Lu Qinghu bow and scrape before him. Just this alone made the patriarch of the Lin family inferior to her son Zhou Donghuang. Moreover, I still believe that the Lin family will give me justice. Lin Lan smiled. Mother, we'll do as you say for now. Zhou Donghuang nodded. If the Lin family is willing to give you justice, it will be a happy ending, but if they want to protect fourth elder Lin Tonghong, don't blame me for not showing mercy. As he said this, a cold light flashed in Zhou Donghuang's eyes. I believe in the Lin family. Lin Lan smiled and then returned to her room. After Lin Lan returned to her room, Granny Lian said to Zhou Donghuang with a bitter smile, Young master, young mistress's feelings for the Lin family are different. Her parents were both Lin family members, and even though they were killed by bandits while helping the Lin family transport goods, they were still proud of being members of the Lin family until the moment they died. Because of this, young mistress values her status as a member of the Lin family more than her own life. If the Lin family is in trouble, she will not hesitate even if she has to sacrifice her own life to save them. Zhou Donghuang was deeply convinced by Granny Lian's words. In his previous life, his mother had chosen to commit suicide precisely because she had been expelled from the Lin family and stripped of her status as a member of the Lin family. I hope the Lin family doesn't disappoint my mother. That way, for my mother's sake, I can turn them into a grand family, or even a tycoon family. Zhou Donghuang's eyes flashed and he said in a low voice, "But if you disappoint my mother, don't blame me for being ruthless." A grand family? Tycoon family? Granny Lian was shocked by Zhou Donghuang's words. To become a grand family, there had to be at least a level 6 adept in the family. And to become a tycoon family, there had to be at least a level 8 adept in the family. Her young master actually said that he could turn the Lin family into a grand family, a tycoon family? However, when she thought of the shock her young master had brought her over the past month, she felt relieved. Young master is only 17 years old, but he can make the patriarch of the preeminent Lu family, Lu Qinghu, bow and scrape before him. As long as he's in the Lin family, it's only a matter of time before the Lin family becomes a grand family or even a tycoon family. What Granny Lian did not know was, when Zhou Donghuang said that the Lin family would become a grand family or a tycoon family, he did not mean that he would use his own abilities to bring the Lin family to prominence, but that he would bestow favors upon the Lin family children and let them lead the Lin family to prominence. In fact, if he wanted to, it would not be difficult for the preeminent Lin family to replace the imperial court of Yunyang and become the new ruler of the country of Yunyang. In the past 2 weeks, the most talked about thing in Yunfeng Prefecture was the cheap qi gathering elixir released by the newly promoted preeminent Lu family. As everyone knew, the qi gathering elixir that had been widely circulated in the market could be sold for 12 taels of silver per bottle. And of these 12 liang of silver, 10 liang of silver was the cost of the herbs, and only 2 liang of silver was the profit. After deducting the complicated production costs and labor costs, there was not much profit to be made. Therefore, the qi gathering elixirs on the market in Yunfeng Prefecture were mostly produced by the lesser families. The preeminent families did not even bother with the qi gathering elixir business because the profit was too small. However, just half a month ago, the newly promoted preeminent Lu family had released a qi gathering elixir that cost 10 taels of silver a bottle, and its effects were exactly the same as those on the market that cost 12 taels of silver a bottle. Immediately, the appearance of this qi gathering elixir had a huge impact on the entire Yunfeng Prefecture market. Other people sold a bottle of qi gathering elixir that cost 10 liang of silver just for the herbs. Who could compete with them if they sold it for 10 liang of silver a bottle? Therefore, once the Lu family's qi gathering elixir appeared, no matter where it appeared, it could monopolize the market for the qi gathering elixir. Is the newly crowned preeminent family, the Lu family, doing charity? Or do they not want to do the qi gathering elixir business anymore and are clearing out their stock? At first, many people thought so. But soon, they did not think so. Because they realized that the qi gathering elixir of the Lu family was not only sold to the public, but also sold to other families at a wholesale price. At a wholesale price of 7 liang of silver a bottle. This meant that no matter which family it was, as long as they obtained the rights to sell the qi gathering elixir of the Lu family, even if they sold it for 10 liang of silver a bottle, they would still be able to make a profit of 3 liang of silver. Furthermore, they did not have to worry about the complicated production costs. Of course, the families that sold the qi gathering elixir of the Lu family were not allowed to sell it in the capital city of Yunfeng Prefecture. The market for the qi gathering elixir of the capital city was controlled by the Lu family. Even so, this kind of business was enough to tempt the preeminent families. The Lu family must have found a way to cut costs, otherwise, they would not be doing this. At this time, many people finally realized what was going on. In an instant, many prominent people from the lesser families outside the city entered the city, trampling through the doorway of the Lu family household. They all wanted to obtain the rights to sell the qi gathering elixir of the Lu family. However, there were very few who managed to obtain the rights. Until now, only the lesser families that were on good terms with the Lu family, the Fang family, and the Ma family had obtained the rights. February 9, 1228 of the Ziyun era. The Lu family household. Patriarch, the patriarch of the Lin family, Lin Zhuiyue, has just sent someone with an invitation. The invitation says that he would like to hold a banquet tomorrow afternoon in the heavenly dining booth on Yinshang restaurant, and that he would like to invite you and second master. A Lu family junior came to Lu Qinghu's courtyard and spoke respectfully to Lu Qinghu, who was playing chess with Lu Bao. Big brother, finally, the preeminent families can't sit still anymore. Lu Bao smiled. The Lin family has guilds in more than 100 small towns in Yunfeng Prefecture. If they can obtain the rights to sell our qi-gathering elixir, they can monopolize the market in those hundreds of small towns. Lu Qinghu calmly put down the chess piece in his hand and said with a smile. So, big brother, are you going? Lu Bao asked. I'm afraid the Lin family is still waiting outside for news. Other preeminent families don't matter, but this is the Lin family. After all, this is the family of young Master Donghuang's adoptive mother. As Lu Qinghu spoke, he looked at the Lu family junior who had come to report. Let the Lin family tell their patriarch that there is no need for a banquet. Tomorrow afternoon, I will personally pay a visit to the patriarch of the Lin family household. Yes. The Lu family junior responded and stopped. Speaking of which, young Master Donghuang has already been at the Lin family household for a few days. It's a good time to pay a visit to the Lin family and tell him about the explosive sales of the qi-gathering elixir. Thinking of that youth, Lu Qinghu's expression turned serious, and a look of sincere respect appeared in his eyes. Now, he was truly convinced of that youth's abilities. Not only was he powerful, but his methods were also astonishing. He could even heal his and his son's severed arms and legs to a state of full recovery. Chapter 49. It was noon on February 10, 1228 of the Ziyun era. In the courtyard, Zhou Donghuang and Lin Lan were having lunch, with Fu and Granny Lian standing behind them. Young master, someone's here. Fu suddenly spoke. Hearing this, Zhou Donghuang looked out of the courtyard. A middle-aged man was walking quickly towards them. Seeing the man's face clearly, Zhou Donghuang's eyes flashed with a cold murderous intent. The person who came was none other than Lin Hua, the collateral descendant of the Lin family who let them in a few days ago but slandered them by saying that they had climbed over the wall to get in. Lin Lan, fourth elder, has returned. Second elder has sent me to inform you to confront fourth elder in the backyard in 2 hours. Lin Hua smiled coldly. When the time comes, I'd like to see what evidence you can produce to prove that fourth elder embezzled your formula. With that, Lin Hua left. Donghuang, can you really prove that you were the one who formulated the formula for the blood-staunching elixir? Lin Lan asked Zhou Donghuang for confirmation as she was about to confront fourth elder Lin Tonghong of the Lin family. Mother, don't worry. Zhou Donghuang smiled faintly. I know the formula for the blood-staunching elixir that I gave you by heart. I even know what herbs to add to the base of the formula to increase its effectiveness by 10%. Besides that, I also know which herbs to remove from the formula for the blood-staunching elixir can decrease its effectiveness. Doesn't the Lin family have an intermediate-level medicine master? When the time comes, we can let him be the judge. Zhou Donghuang said confidently. Only by formulating the formula himself would one be able to completely understand the medicinal properties of the formula and know which herbs to remove and which to add. This would change the effect of the formula to a certain extent. This was common knowledge even for an inferior-level medicine master, much less an intermediate-level medicine master. At the main entrance of the Lin family household, a middle-aged man dressed in luxurious clothes of medium build, with a handsome face and a dignified air, gazed at the end of the road with a look of anticipation in his eyes, as if he was waiting for something. Patriarch, the Lu clan's patriarch Lu Qinghu is really giving you face. Not only did he not need you to host a banquet, he even came to visit you personally. Behind the middle-aged man stood a tall and sturdy old man with white eyebrows. He smiled at the middle-aged man. The middle-aged man was the patriarch of the Lin family, Lin Zhuiyue. As for the old man behind him, it was the Lin family's grand elder, Lin Tianzheng. That Lu Qinghu is not a simple character. Furthermore, we are the ones who need his help this time, so we must not forget our manners. Lin Zhuoyue said, Head Elder, don't treat him like the patriarch of a lesser family. He is now a level 4 adept of Qi gathering, the patriarch of a preeminent family, and is on equal footing with me. Today, our Lin family must win the dealership of the Lu family's Qi gathering elixir. As long as we win it, our future income will increase by at least 50%. Lin Zhuoyue's eyes were filled with anticipation. Even if the Lu family did not allow the dealership of the Qi gathering elixir to be sold in the capital city of Yunfeng Prefecture, the Lin family's channels were not limited to the hundreds of small towns with chambers of commerce. The Lin family had channels to sell the Qi gathering elixir to another inferior level prefecture adjacent to Yunfeng Prefecture. Although it would increase the cost of labor and transportation, it would still be a considerable profit. Don't worry, Patriarch, I know what's important. Lin Tianjing nodded. They're here. About 15 minutes later, Lin Zhuoyue and Lin Tianjing saw two palanquins appear at the end of the road in the distance, heading in the direction of the Lin family mansion. Most importantly, on the curtains in front of the palanquins, there was a large Lu character embroidered on them. These were the palanquins of the former lesser family, now the preeminent Lu family. A moment later, two palanquins carrying 8 people stopped at the entrance of the Lin family mansion. 2 figures walked out of the palanquins. They were the patriarch of the Lu family, Lu Qinghu, and the second master of the Lu family, Lu Bao. The presence of Patriarch Lu and second master Lu brings light to our humble Lin family. This way, please. Lin Zhuoyue, the patriarch of the Lin family, welcomed the 2 brothers warmly, and the head elder of the Lin family, Lin Tianjing, led the way. Patriarch Lu, second master Lu, please. Patriarch Lin, you are too kind. Lu Qinghu nodded with a smile, and he and Lu Bao were led into the Lin family mansion by Lin Zhuoyue and Lin Zhuoyue to the drawing room. After the 4 of them had taken their seats, Lin Tianjing called out to the servant girls who were already standing at the door, and they came in to serve tea. Patriarch Lu, you personally led the Lu family from a lesser family to a preeminent family. Amazing, truly amazing, unlike us, who relied on the blessings of our ancestors. Lin Zhuoyue gave Lu Qinghu a thumbs up as he sat down, praising him profusely. Yes. Lin Tianjing agreed with a smile. In the past 100 years of history of Yunfeng Prefecture, Patriarch Lu is the only person who has attained level 4 of Qi gathering as a disciple of a lesser family and led a lesser family to become a preeminent family. Patriarch Lin and Elder Tianjing are too kind, I was just lucky. Lu Qinghu picked up his teacup and took a sip as he smiled and shook his head. He appeared humble on the surface, but he could not help but snort coldly in his heart. In the past 100 years of history of Yunfeng Prefecture, the lesser families had never produced a level 4 adept of Qi gathering for 2 reasons. Firstly, the disciples of the lesser families were indeed less talented, and secondly, the preeminent families deliberately suppressed the lesser families. Whenever a slightly stronger level 3 adept of Qi gathering appeared in a lesser family, they would all die mysteriously. They were said to have died by accident, but in fact, they were assassinated by the preeminent families. It was also because he had united the Lu family, the Ma family, and the Fang family to protect each other that the preeminent families feared them and did not dare to attack the 3 families. Otherwise, he, Lu Qinghu, might have long been killed by a preeminent family like the Lin family. Patriarch Lu, you are too humble. Lin Zhuoyue smiled and prepared to get to the point. Patriarch Lu, let's not beat around the bush. I have come to find you mainly because of the Qi gathering that your Lu family has been selling so well recently, Patriarch. Before Lin Zhuoyue could finish speaking, he was interrupted by a voice from outside. It was a Lin family disciple who had rushed to the door of the drawing room, panting. Second elder asked me to tell you that 4th elder and Lin Lan are already in the back courtyard, waiting for you to arrive to begin the confrontation. Just as the Lin family disciple finished speaking, Lin Tianjing said in a low voice, enough. Patriarch has no time to bother with such trifles now, let them confront each other another time. Yes. The Lin family disciple acknowledged and prepared to leave. Just then, Lu Qinghu spoke. Wait. The Lin family disciple stopped in his tracks. Lin family head, your Lin family's fourth elder is confronting someone in the backyard? What's going on? Lu Qinghu asked curiously as he looked at Lin Zhuiyue. He seemed to have heard the Lin family disciple mention the name Lin Lan, but he had not dared to confirm it, so he wanted to confirm it further. It is said that one should not wash one's dirty linen in public, since Patriarch Lu has encountered it and asked, there is nothing to hide. Lin Zhuiyue sighed, then said in a low voice, Patriarch Lu must have heard that our Lin family obtained a blood-staunching elixir that is 40% more effective than the one on the market? Lu Qinghu nodded. I heard that your fourth elder, Lin Tonghong, obtained it by chance and handed it over to the Lin family. That's right, Lin Zhuiyue replied. Lin Zhuiyue replied, a few days ago, a collateral descendant whom I had banned from returning to the Lin family not only ignored my orders, but even claimed that the formula for the blood-staunching elixir, which she had originally submitted to the family, had been embezzled by fourth elder and given to the family under his own name to gain credit. What's more ridiculous is that she said she had proof that it was her blood-staunching elixir formula. So now she is in the back courtyard preparing to confront fourth elder of the Lin family. Lin Zhuiyue said. Then she is quite daring. Who is she? Do I know her? Lu Qinghu asked again. Patriarch Lu should not have heard of her. She is a collateral descendant of the Lin family sent to a small town to run a business. Her name is Lin Lan. Lin Zhuiyue shook his head. Lin Lan? Almost as soon as Lin Zhuiyue finished speaking, Lu Qinghu and Lu Bao's eyes narrowed, and they both stood up in unison, losing their composure. Patriarch Lu, Second Master Lu, what are you doing? Lin Zhuiyue and Lin Tianjing were both shocked by the sudden movements of Lu Qinghu and Lu Bao. Patriarch Lin, I know you want to talk to me about the dealership for the qi-gathering elixir, that's easy to discuss, but I'm more curious, on what basis does that collateral descendant of the Lin family have to prove that the formula for the blood-staunching elixir belongs to her? Chapter 50. Of course. Lin Zhuiyue and Lin Tianjing's eyes lit up when they heard Lu Qinghu say that the matter of the qi-gathering elixir was easy to discuss, and Lin Zhuiyue hurriedly agreed. To him, Lu Qinghu's request was a trivial matter. Head Elder, let's go to the backyard with Patriarch Lu and Second Master Lu, to see what evidence Lin Lan, a collateral descendant of the Lin family, can produce to prove that the formula for the blood-staunching elixir belongs to her. Lin Zhuiyue called out to Lin Tianjing as he rose from his seat. Lin Tianjing acknowledged and walked to the door of the drawing room, smiling at Lu Qinghu and Lu Bao as he turned and extended his hand. Patriarch Lu, Second Master Lu, please. The four of them left the drawing room and walked to the backyard of the Lin family mansion. When the four of them arrived at the backyard, there was already a group of people gathered there. It was as if they had formed a human wall. It was very lively. Patriarch and Head Elder are here. A sharp-eyed Lin family descendant exclaimed as his eyes lit up when he saw Lin Zhuiyue and Lin Tianjing. Immediately, the crowd of Lin family descendants parted respectfully to let Lin Zhuiyue and the others in. Inside the human wall, Zhou Donghuang and Lin Lan stood on one side, with Fu and Granny Lian behind them. On the other side stood an old man of medium build, with fierce eyes and fierce brows, looking disdainfully at Zhou Donghuang and the others. This old man was the fourth elder of the Lin family, Lin Tonghong. Patriarch, Head Elder. Seeing Lin Zhuiyue and Lin Tianjing arrive, Lin Tonghong bowed respectfully to them, and the second elder of the Lin family, Lin Chonghuan, also walked over to Lin Zhuiyue. Patriarch. Zhou Donghuang saw Lu Qinghu and Lu Bao as they followed Lin Zhuiyue and Lin Tianjing over. Seeing that Lu Qinghu and Lin Zhuiyue saw him, their eyes lit up and they seemed about to walk over to greet him, but Zhou Donghuang gave them a timely look to stop them. Immediately, both of them stopped in their tracks. Second elder, this is the new patriarch of the preeminent Lu family. This is Second Master Lu. As Lin Chonghuan stepped forward, Lin Zhuiyue introduced Lu Qinghu and Lu Bao. Patriarch Lu, Second Master Lu. Lin Chonghuan knew that the Lin family now had a favor to ask of the Lu family, and upon hearing Lin Zhuiyue's introduction, he immediately greeted Lu Qinghu and Lu Qinghu with a warm smile. Second elder, let's start. Lin Tianzheng said to Lin Chonghuan, Patriarch Lu and Second Master Lu are very curious as to what kind of evidence a branch family descendant of our Lin family can bring out to prove that the formula for the blood-staunching elixir is hers. When we're done here, we'll return to the living room to discuss the dealership of the Lu family's qi-gathering elixir. Lin Tianzheng urged. Great elder, I understand. As Lin Chonghuan responded, Lin Lan walked over with Zhou Donghuang in tow. Lin Lan bowed to Lin Zhuiyue and Lin Tianzheng. Lin Lan pays her respects to chief and head elder. Humph. Lin Zhuiyue snorted coldly. Lin Lan, do you still respect me as the patriarch? A collateral descendant actually dared to ignore his orders and return to the Lin family without permission. This was undoubtedly trampling on his dignity as the Lin family's patriarch. Today, no matter what, he would not let this collateral descendant off lightly. Lin Lan, Patriarch Lu and I already know what happened. Today, if you can really produce evidence to prove that the formula is yours, we will let it go. Lin Tianzheng looked at Lin Lan. He paused for a moment, and then his eyes flashed. But if you can't prove that the formula is yours, then you are slandering fourth elder, and you will be even more guilty. At that time, you can leave your life here. Lin Tianzheng's voice was extremely cold. Very well. Lin Lan nodded solemnly. Standing behind Lin Lan, Zhou Donghuang could clearly feel the enmity that Lin Zhuiyue and Lin Tianzheng had for his mother. Instantly, the corner of his mouth turned up in a cold smile. Lin Lan, show me your evidence. Lin Chonghuan looked at Lin Lan. As long as you can produce conclusive evidence to prove that fourth elder stole the formula from you, the family will give you justice. Yes, second elder. Lin Lan acknowledged and called out to Zhou Donghuang. Donghuang. Zhou Donghuang took a step forward and looked at Lin Zhuiyue, the patriarch of the Lin family. Patriarch Lin, I heard that the Lin family has an intermediate-level medicine master. Let him come over and be a witness. Who are you? Lin Zhuiyue frowned at Zhou Donghuang and asked in a low voice, what does Lin Lan's matter have to do with you? Lin Lan is my mother. She was about to hand over the formula for the blood-staunching elixir to the Lin family, but it was stolen by fourth elder Lin Tonghong. The blood-staunching elixir was personally formulated by me. Patriarch Lin, do you think that this matter has nothing to do with me? Zhou Donghuang's gaze swept over Lin Zhuiyue as he asked. That blood-staunching elixir was formulated by you personally? Upon hearing Zhou Donghuang's words, not only Lin Zhuiyue, but Lin Tianzheng, Lin Chonghuan, and most of the people around them were also stunned. In the next moment, their gazes fell on Zhou Donghuang once more, but this time they were filled with mockery. This youth says that the blood-staunching elixir that is even better than the one formulated by our intermediate-level medicine master, Huang Yaoshi, was formulated by him personally? Does he think we are fools? At his age, it would already be impressive if he could become an inferior-level medicine master. To formulate such a grade of blood-staunching elixir is a fool's dream. This is the so-called evidence that Lin Lan spoke of. The group of Lin family juniors shook their heads. No one believed that the youth in white before them was speaking the truth. Now, of everyone present, besides Lin Lan, Fu, and Granny Lian, only Lu Qinghu and Lu Bao believed Zhou Donghuang's words. The qi-gathering elixir that the Lu family had been selling like hotcakes throughout Yunfeng Prefecture had been formulated by the youth before them. If he could even produce the formula for that grade of qi-gathering elixir, it was not surprising that he could produce the formula for the blood-staunching elixir. However, recalling the look that Zhou Donghuang had given them, even if they wanted to speak up for Zhou Donghuang and defend him, they could only hold it in. Besides, they knew in their hearts that with young Master Donghuang's ability, he would definitely be able to solve this problem himself. Ha ha ha, Lin Tonghong could not help but burst into laughter. After a while, he looked at Zhou Donghuang again, his gaze was full of disdain and disdain. Kid, how dare you say that you personally formulated the blood-staunching elixir? Do you think we are fools? Lin Tonghong laughed coldly. What? Your Lin family thinks that I cannot formulate that blood-staunching elixir just because I am young? Call the intermediate-level medicine master of the Lin family, and the truth will be revealed. Zhou Donghuang ignored Lin Tonghong and looked directly at Lin Zhuiyue, the patriarch of the Lin family. Now, Lin Zhuiyue looked at Zhou Donghuang with the same disbelief and indifference. There is no need for that, Lin Zhuiyue said indifferently. Lin Zhuiyue said indifferently, because whether or not we invite Medicine Master Huang, the result will be the same, that blood-staunching elixir cannot possibly have been formulated by an inexperienced kid like you. Medicine Master Huang was the intermediate-level medicine master of the Lin family. His surname was Huang, and he was known as Medicine Master Huang. Lin Lan, do you have any other evidence? Don't bring out this kind of evidence to embarrass yourself. Lin Zhuiyue looked at Lin Lan again and asked impatiently. Patriarch, the qi-gathering elixir recorded in the formula was indeed formulated by my son, Zhou Donghuang. Lin Lan said seriously to Lin Zhuiyue, whether it is true or not, we will know for sure when we invite Medicine Master Huang. Patriarch Lin feels that there is no need to invite that intermediate-level medicine master. Could it be that you wish to shield your fourth elder, Lin Tonghong? Zhou Donghuang stared at Lin Zhuiyue, his tone icy. Just as Lin Zhuiyue was about to explode at Zhou Donghuang's rudeness, Lu Qinghu spoke. Patriarch Lin, please invite that intermediate-level medicine master of the Lin family. I would like to see how this youth will prove to an intermediate-level medicine master that he formulated the blood-staunching elixir himself. Lu Qinghu suggested. That's right, Patriarch Lin. Lu Bao agreed. If you are unwilling to invite that intermediate-level medicine master, people will indeed think that you are shielding your fourth elder. Hearing both Lu Qinghu and Lu Bao agree, Lin Zhuiyue looked at Lin Chonghuan. Second elder, please invite Medicine Master Huang. Yes, Patriarch. Lin Chonghuan acknowledged and left. Lad, I would like to see, when Medicine Master Huang arrives, how you will prove that you formulated the blood-staunching elixir. Lin Tonghong looked at Zhou Donghuang, his eyes flashing with murderous intent as he spoke with a cold smile. He turned to Lin Zhuiyue, bowed, and said, Patriarch, there is something that I have not told you. When I first obtained the formula, Lin Lan came to plead for leniency because she had leaked the formula. At that time, Lin Lan was waiting for me in my courtyard, and my formula was placed on the stone table in the courtyard. When I came out, she was reading the formula. Lin Tonghong continued, so, as long as she has a good memory, she should also remember the herbs and the proportions of the various herbs recorded in the formula. You're spouting nonsense. Lin Lan's expression changed. She was so angry that her entire body was trembling, and her eyes were burning with rage. Back then, when I gave you the formula, you clearly said that you would help me pass it to the Patriarch. I didn't expect that not only did you keep it for yourself, you even slandered me. So Lin Lan has seen the formula. Hearing Lin Tonghong's words, the crowd of Lin family juniors suddenly understood. She must have remembered the contents of the formula, and that is why she dared to say that fourth elder kept the formula for himself. What a joke. She is clearly a thief, but she accuses fourth elder of being a thief. What status does fourth elder have, and what status does Lin Lan have? Would fourth elder keep the formula for himself? Chapter 51. The discussion of the Lin family juniors reached Lin Lan's ears, and she was so angry that her face turned white. For the first time in her life, she felt a sense of alienation from this family. Just because she, Lin Lan, was a mere collateral descendant, these fellow clan members were willing to believe fourth elder Lin Tonghong's lies and not her? Lin Lan, if you do not have concrete evidence today to prove that the formula for the blood-staunching elixir is your own, and that you did not steal it from fourth elder, kill yourself. After hearing Lin Tonghong's words, Patriarch Lin Zhuiyue's eyes flashed coldly as he spoke to Lin Lan. The bone-chilling voice reached Lin Lan's ears, and she realized that this patriarch of the Lin family, like the other Lin family juniors, had believed Lin Tonghong's lies. Is this kind of family really worth cherishing? No, it is because Patriarch does not know the truth, and that is why he misunderstands me. At this moment it was as if two different voices rang out in Lin Lan's mind, lingering for a long time. Seeing Lin Lan so infuriated, Zhou Donghuang's expression turned cold, and he stared coldly at Lin Zhuiyue as he said in a low voice, Patriarch Lin, speaking so harshly before the results are out, isn't it a little inappropriate? The results are already very clear. Next, when Medicine Master Huang arrives, it will just be a formality. Lin Zhuiyue glanced at Zhou Donghuang and said nonchalantly. Just as Lin Zhuiyue finished speaking, a voice came from outside the crowd. Second elder is back. Medicine Master Huang is here. The crowd parted once again to let second elder Lin Chonghuan enter. Accompanying Lin Chonghuan was a thin, short, and ordinary-looking middle-aged man. It was the intermediate-level medicine master of the Lin family, Huang Qishan. Medicine Master Huang. As soon as Huang Qishan arrived, the senior members of the Lin family, including Patriarch Lin Zhuiyue, greeted him warmly. Patriarch, who said that the formula for the blood-staunching elixir that fourth elder submitted to the family contained his own formula? Huang Qishan asked directly as soon as he arrived. Him. Lin Zhuiyue looked at Zhou Donghuang. When Huang Qishan's gaze landed on Zhou Donghuang, he was first stunned, then he frowned and shouted angrily, preposterous. Even I, Huang Qishan, as an intermediate-level apothecary, do not have the ability to formulate such a brilliant blood-staunching elixir. You, a little boy who looks to be only 16 or 17 years old, dare to talk nonsense about being able to formulate that level of blood-staunching elixir? Are you dreaming? After Huang Qishan finished speaking, he flicked his sleeves and turned around, intending to leave. In his opinion, there was no need for him to waste time with a little kid. In terms of alchemy, a mere mid-tier alchemist like you isn't fit to compete with me. As Huang Qishan turned around, Zhou Donghuang said calmly, even comparing you to me. I feel that it is an insult to me. What did you say? Huang Qishan, who had been preparing to leave, flew into a rage upon hearing Zhou Donghuang's words. He immediately turned around and glared at Zhou Donghuang. Impudent. All the senior members of the Lin family, including Lin Zhuiyue, glared at Zhou Donghuang at the same time and rebuked him in unison. Faced with the rebuke of the senior members of the Lin family, Zhou Donghuang's expression did not change. He took out a piece of paper that he had prepared earlier. The Lin family should have all these herbs. Today, in front of all of you, I will formulate a blood-staunching elixir that is 50% more effective than the one on the market. I will show you bunch of frogs at the bottom of a well. As he spoke, Zhou Donghuang threw the paper in his hand to Huang Qishan, who instinctively reached out to catch it. Huang Qishan instinctively glanced at the herbs recorded on the paper, and after a moment, he frowned. These herbs, 80% of them are the herbs in fourth elder's blood-staunching elixir. I said before that the blood-staunching elixir recorded on that blood-staunching elixir was formulated by me. As for the blood-staunching elixir that these herbs can formulate, it is an enhanced version of that blood-staunching elixir. Zhou Donghuang said calmly. The blood-staunching elixir formula that he had given his mother, Lin Lan, could only formulate a blood-staunching elixir that was 40% more effective than the one on the market. Now, he intended to formulate a blood-staunching elixir that was 50% more effective than the one on the market in front of all the Lin family members, giving the Lin family a resounding slap in the face. Didn't you say that I was young and could not formulate a blood-staunching elixir that was 40% more effective than the one on the market? Then I will personally formulate a blood-staunching elixir that is 50% more effective than the one on the market in front of all of you. What a joke! Fourth elder Lin Tonghong of the Lin family looked at Zhou Donghuang disdainfully and laughed coldly. Who doesn't know how to boast? You say that you can formulate a blood-staunching elixir that is 50% more effective than the one on the market, and I, Lin Tonghong, can also say that I can formulate a qi-gathering elixir that doubles the sensitivity to qi. In the entire country of Yunyang, only the superior-level medicine master of the imperial court could formulate a qi-gathering elixir that doubled the sensitivity to qi. Hearing Lin Tonghong's words, Lu Qinghu, who was standing beside Lin Zhuiyue, smirked. What was a qi-gathering elixir that doubled the sensitivity to qi? This young master Donghuang could even formulate a qi-gathering elixir that doubled the sensitivity to qi. Patriarch, I would like to see how this young lad can formulate a blood-staunching elixir that is 50% more effective than the one on the market. Huang Qishan walked towards Lin Zhuiyue and handed the paper in his hand to him. His intention was clear. He wanted Lin Zhuiyue to gather the herbs recorded on the paper, and he wanted to see Zhou Donghuang formulate the blood-staunching elixir. Medicine Master Huang, do you think this is necessary? Lin Zhuiyue asked with a frown. Yes. Huang Qishan said resolutely. Today, in front of me, if he cannot formulate a blood-staunching elixir of that quality, he must kowtow and apologize to me. This is the first time in my life that I, Huang Qishan, have been humiliated like this. As he spoke, Huang Qishan glanced coldly at Zhou Donghuang. Since Medicine Master Huang insists, I will send someone to retrieve the herbs. Lin Zhuiyue nodded and followed Huang Qishan's gaze to Zhou Donghuang. He said with a cold smile, today, if Zhou Donghuang cannot formulate the blood-staunching elixir that he wants, not only will he kowtow and apologize to you, Medicine Master Huang, the Lin family will not let him off. As he spoke, Lin Zhuiyue handed the paper in his hand to Lin Tianjing. Head Elder, sorry for the trouble. Lin Tianjing glanced at the herbs on the paper and raised an eyebrow. I will send the herbs over in an hour. With these words, Lin Tianjing left. In an hour, I would like to see how this adopted son of Lin Lan, Zhou Donghuang, will deal with this. How else can he deal with this? Patriarch has already said that he will die without a doubt. At most, he can formulate a blood-staunching elixir that is 40% more effective than the one on the market through the formula that his mother stole from Fourth Elder. To formulate a blood-staunching elixir that is 50% more effective than the one on the market is a pipe dream. The gazes of the Lin family juniors landed on Zhou Donghuang, some with disdain, but most with glee at his misfortune. An hour was neither long nor short. Time passed quickly as the group of people in the Lin family mansion waited. The head elder of the Lin family, Lin Tianjing, rushed back in time, bringing with him all the herbs that Zhou Donghuang had listed on the paper. The herbs are all here. Next, I would like to see how you formulate a blood-staunching elixir that is 50% more effective than the one on the market. Lin Tianjing threw the bandaged herbs into Zhou Donghuang's hands and gave Zhou Donghuang a cold stare before retreating. Once Zhou Donghuang received the herbs, he wasted no time and immediately began to formulate the blood-staunching elixir. As for the tools for formulating the elixir, while waiting for Lin Tianjing to collect the herbs, Huang Qishan had already prepared them. Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, Zhou Donghuang's hands moved very quickly. At a glance, he looked like a medicine master who had been formulating elixirs for many years and was very familiar with them. Deliberately mystifying. Lin Tonghong laughed coldly. But Huang Qishan's expression turned serious at this moment. As the saying went, the layman watches the show, while the expert watches the show. Zhou Donghuang's speed and efficiency in formulating the elixir were far beyond that of an intermediate-level medicine master like him. With his speed, I'm afraid he'll be able to concoct the medicinal powder in a quarter of an hour at most. Huang Qishan thought to himself. Of course, even if Huang Qishan thought this way, it did not mean that he believed that Zhou Donghuang could formulate a blood-staunching elixir that was 50% more effective than the ones on the market. That level of blood-staunching elixir was not something that an intermediate-level medicine master could formulate. Just as Huang Qishan thought, Zhou Donghuang stopped after 15 minutes and formulated 3 bottles of blood-staunching elixir. Of the 3 bottles, Zhou Donghuang kept one for himself and tossed 1 bottle to Huang Qishan and the other to Lin Zhuiyue. "Try it," Zhou Donghuang said lightly. Huang Qishan could not wait to make a cut on his palm and poured the elixir from the small bottle onto it. But Lin Zhuiyue did not even try, because he felt that there was no need. The gazes of the crowd all fell on Huang Qishan, waiting for him to reveal the final result. Although the Lin family present did not think that Zhou Donghuang could formulate such a powerful blood-staunching elixir, they still wanted to hear the result from Huang Qishan's own mouth. But very quickly, they were dumbfounded. Because they saw that Huang Qishan's eyes shone as he looked at the cut on his palm, and his body began to tremble slightly. This, could it be? Seeing Huang Qishan lose his composure, the Lin family's pupils constricted. Impossible. Lin Tonghong's expression changed drastically. Medicine Master Huang, what is the result? Even Lin Zhuiyue, the patriarch of the Lin family, could not remain calm. The effect of this blood-staunching elixir is indeed 50% more effective than the ones on the market, Huang Qishan said excitedly. While Lin Zhuiyue and the rest of the Lin family were dumbfounded, Huang Qishan looked at Zhou Donghuang and bowed gravely. "Whether this blood-staunching elixir was formulated by you yourself, or you obtained the formula from somewhere else." Chapter 52. Admit defeat? Huang Qishan's words caused many of the Lin family juniors, who had just regained their senses, to fall into a daze once again. And now, they had confirmed that Lin Lan's adopted son, Zhou Donghuang, had indeed formulated a blood-staunching elixir that was 50% more effective than the ones on the market. Then, in your opinion, is the blood-staunching elixir that 4th elder of the Lin family, Lin Tonghong, handed over to the Lin family mine? Zhou Donghuang looked deeply at Huang Qishan and asked with a faint smile. "The blood-staunching elixir formulated by that formula and the one you just formulated share the same principles. Naturally, it was made by the same person." Huang Qishan nodded solemnly. Hearing Huang Qishan's words, Lin Tonghong's expression changed, and he said anxiously, "Medicine Master Huang. Lin Lan must have stolen my formula, and then this rascal added a few herbs to the formula to produce an even better blood-staunching elixir. Even if he formulated a blood-staunching elixir that is 50% more effective than the ones on the market, it is not enough to prove that the previous formula was his." Lin Tonghong was really anxious now. He had never imagined that Lin Lan's adopted son would have such a trick up his sleeve. More importantly, this intermediate-level medicine master before him was not someone the Lin family could control, and they would not think of protecting him. "Are you doubting my ability in medicine?" Huang Qishan looked at Lin Tonghong disdainfully, and his voice turned cold. "I'll give you a month's time. If you can add a few herbs to the formula you handed over to the Lin family and produce an even better blood-staunching elixir, I will kneel and kowtow to you 10 times. 4th elder, I was wondering where you got that formula from, but I never imagined that you stole it from someone else." As he spoke, Huang Qishan shook his head and turned to leave, disappearing from everyone's sight. Huang Qishan was an intermediate-level medicine master, and he had absolute authority in medicine. In the eyes of the Lin family juniors, his words were naturally more authoritative than Lin Tonghong's, who was not even an inferior-level medicine master. That formula, was it really 4th elder who stole it from Lin Lan? Only after Huang Qishan left did the group of Lin family juniors present return to their senses. Their gazes towards Lin Tonghong were completely different. The dignified 4th elder actually stole the prescription of a branch relative? Furthermore, he even handed over the formula to the clan under his own name to gain credit. Then, he slandered the other party, saying that the other party stole his formula? If not for the fact that they were intimidated by Lin Tonghong's power in the Lin family, the group of Lin family juniors would have long ago cursed him out loud. Lin Tonghong. After Huang Qishan left, Zhou Donghuang's cold gaze fell on Lin Tonghong. At this moment, Lin Lan also heaved a long sigh of relief. She felt that the sky was clear after the rain. His son, after spending a great deal of effort, successfully helped her seek justice without using force to oppress her. Patriarch Lin, your fourth elder Lin Tonghong has done such a thing. How do you plan to deal with him? Zhou Donghuang glanced at Lin Zhuiyue and asked meaningfully. Hearing this, Lin Zhuiyue's eyes flashed, but he did not speak. Big brother. Just then, Lin Tonghong looked at Lin Tianzheng, his face full of anxiety and a pleading look in his eyes. Big brother? Hearing Lin Tonghong address Lin Tianzheng, the head elder of the Lin family, Zhou Donghuang's eyes narrowed slightly, and a cold light flashed across them. Head elder is fourth elder's cousin. The two of them grew up together, and their relationship is as good as that of real brothers. As if sensing Zhou Donghuang's confusion, Lin Lan, who was standing at the side, reminded him softly. But even so, even Medicine Master Huang believes that Lin Tonghong stole my formula. With so many Lin family juniors watching, even if head elder wants to protect him, he will not be able to. Lin Lan said. I don't think so. Zhou Donghuang shook his head, not agreeing or disagreeing with Lin Lan's words. Humph. Just as Lin Lan was stunned by Zhou Donghuang's words, the head elder of the Lin family, Lin Tianzheng, stepped forward with a cold snort. After stepping forward, he looked at Zhou Donghuang coldly and said in a low voice, to be able to improve on fourth elder's formula and create an even better formula for the blood-staunching elixir, I have to say that you, Zhou Donghuang, are a talent. Today, as long as you leave behind your improved formula for the blood-staunching elixir, Lin Lan will have made amends for her mistakes. Whether it is her theft of the formula, her disregard of Patriarch's orders, or her slander of fourth elder, it will all be written off. The Lin family will not punish her. As Lin Tianzheng spoke, his sharp gaze swept over Lin Lan, and his eyes flashed with a murderous intent and threat. And Lin Lan's expression changed completely in that instant. She could naturally tell what Lin Tianzheng meant. Lin Tianzheng was saying that she, Lin Lan, had committed all her crimes, but as long as her son, Zhou Donghuang, handed over the formula for the blood-staunching elixir, she would have made amends for her mistakes, and the Lin family would not punish her. Patriarch, Lin Lan looked at Lin Zhuiyue as if grasping at a life-saving straw. She bit her lip, her eyes filled with anticipation. Sensing Lin Lan's gaze, Lin Zhuiyue merely glanced back at her and said with an indifferent expression, everything will be done as head elder says. As long as your son, Zhou Donghuang, hands over the formula, you will have made amends for your mistakes, and the family will not punish you. Under Lin Lan's expectant gaze, Lin Zhuiyue said the same thing that Lin Tianzheng had said, causing Lin Lan's face to instantly turn deathly pale. Second elder. Lin Lan took a deep breath and looked at Lin Chonghuan, placing her last hope on the second elder of the Lin family, whom she had always felt to be impartial. Lin Lan, get your son, Zhou Donghuang, to hand over the formula. Lin Chonghuan's eyes flashed with a hint of pity, but it quickly disappeared. His expression darkened as he spoke calmly to Lin Lan. As Lin Chonghuan spoke, Lin Lan's face turned even paler, and her body began to sway. At this moment, many of the surrounding Lin family juniors were completely dumbfounded. What's going on? Wasn't fourth elder the one who stole Lin Lan's formula? Medicine Master Huang has personally proven it. How can head elder, patriarch, and second elder still act like this? In terms of medicine, even Patriarch and the rest are not as authoritative as Medicine Master Huang, right? The people who spoke were all the younger Lin family juniors. Hearing their words, some of the older members of the Lin family shook their heads and whispered to each other. At this point, right or wrong is no longer important. That's right. For the family, protecting Fourth Elder's reputation as a future level 4 adept and obtaining the formula for the blood-staunching elixir that is 50% more effective than the one on the market is the most important. Lin Lan, a collateral descendant, how can her value compare to Fourth Elder's? If you want to blame someone, blame it on Lin Lan for not reincarnating properly. As the older Lin family juniors began to whisper among themselves, the younger Lin family juniors came to a sudden realization. For a moment, when they looked at Lin Lan again, their eyes were filled with pity. Mother, this is the family that you yearn for so much? Zhou Donghuang stepped forward to support Lin Lan, who was on the verge of collapsing from anger, and said softly, in the eyes of such a family, profit is far more important than right or wrong. As Zhou Donghuang spoke, Lin Lan's gaze swept across the senior members of the Lin family, led by Patriarch Lin Zhuiyue, and she said in a hoarse voice, from this day onwards, I, Lin Lan, am no longer a member of the Lin family. This series of blows had enlightened Lin Lan, and she no longer regarded the Lin family as a devout faith in her life. Approved. Lin Zhuiyue replied mildly. In his view, the departure of a collateral descendant would not affect the Lin family in any way. Donghuang, mother does not wish to stay here any longer, not even a moment longer. Lin Lan looked at Zhou Donghuang with a pleading look in her eyes, and her voice was filled with agitation. She seemed to have lost her composure. Good. Zhou Donghuang nodded. Mother, I will take you away now. As he spoke, Zhou Donghuang supported Lin Lan and prepared to leave. As for the Lin family's debt, he intended to settle it with them after he had taken his mother away from the Lin family. You can leave if you want to, but leave behind the formula. Just as Zhou Donghuang was about to leave with Fu and Granny Lian, the voice of the fourth elder of the Lin family, Lin Tonghong, rang out. As he spoke, Lin Tonghong stepped forward to block the path of Zhou Donghuang and the rest, glaring at Zhou Donghuang. And if I don't? Zhou Donghuang looked calmly at Lin Tonghong, his expression unruffled, and his tone indifferent, as if nothing had happened. If you don't leave behind the formula, then the Lin family will have to properly account for Lin Lan's crimes. Lin Tonghong laughed coldly. Lin Lan, disregarding Patriarch's orders and entering the family without permission, that is the first crime. Stealing the formula that I handed over to the family is the second crime. Slandering me, the fourth elder of the Lin family, is the third crime. Combined punishment for several crimes, you should be executed. As he spoke, a murderous glint flashed across his eyes. Combined punishment for several crimes, you should be executed. After Zhou Donghuang left Lin Lan in Granny Lian's care, he stepped forward, his white robe billowing in the wind. At this moment, the anger that had been suppressed in Zhou Donghuang's eyes for so long was unleashed without reservation. I had intended to send my mother to rest before returning to settle the score with the Lin family. Since the Lin family is so anxious for me to settle the score, then I, Zhou Donghuang, will grant you your wish. Zhou Donghuang grinned, revealing 2 rows of snow-white teeth. At this moment, the seemingly sunny youth seemed to have transformed into the Azura of hell. The Lin family is in for it. Seeing Zhou Donghuang like this, Patriarch Lu Qinghu, who was standing beside Lin Zhuiyue, shook his head, thinking that the Lin family was extremely foolish. Chapter 53. Settle accounts? With just you? Lin Tonghong looked at Zhou Donghuang condescendingly, his face full of disdain. Even if freezing wind were here, he wouldn't dare say that. The last time Lin Tonghong had gone to Qingshan town, he had tried to seize Zhou Donghuang's Yunxian restaurant, but he had been defeated by freezing wind and had to flee pathetically. Therefore, in his opinion, the strongest person by Zhou Donghuang and Lin Lan's side was freezing wind. However, he did not know that even freezing wind's ability was bestowed by Zhou Donghuang. Without Zhou Donghuang, freezing wind might not even have attained level 2 of qi gathering. Noisy. Zhou Donghuang had long lost his patience, and seeing that Lin Tonghong still dared to clamor in front of him, he shouted impatiently and immediately moved. Star-stepping footwork. Zhou Donghuang's figure swayed, and his feet moved in a strange footwork. It was as if he had transformed into a bolt of lightning, and he appeared in front of Lin Tonghong in an instant. And Lin Tonghong's expression changed the moment Zhou Donghuang appeared in front of him. This Zhou Donghuang, how can he be so fast? Just as this thought came to Lin Tonghong, he saw Zhou Donghuang's hand rise and fall, a palm whistling towards his head. Even now, his reaction was still half a beat too slow. And there was only one reason for such a scene to happen. The difference in ability was too great. No, just as Lin Tonghong let out this hurried cry of indignation, Zhou Donghuang's palm had already descended like a ferocious tiger descending the mountain. Bang! Zhou Donghuang's palm landed on Lin Tonghong's head, and the latter fell to the ground with a thud, kicking up a cloud of dust. From Zhou Donghuang's movement to Lin Tonghong's death, the entire process had happened in the blink of an eye, so fast that no one present had time to react. Now, seeing Lin Tonghong fall to the ground dead, the crowd of Lin family members subconsciously gasped. Lin Tonghong was the fourth elder of the Lin family, an outstanding level 3 adept, and was expected to attain level 4 of Qi gathering within 10 years, becoming a level 4 adept with the strength of 4 bulls. But now, he had died in front of them. Moreover, he had died in the hands of a youth who looked to be at most 16 or 17 years old. Am I dreaming? Isn't this too ridiculous? He actually killed the fourth elder? Some of the Lin family disciples who had regained their senses first looked at each other and saw the shock and disbelief in each other's eyes. Some of them even subconsciously pinched themselves to make sure they weren't dreaming. Fourth elder. Patriarch Lin Zhuiyue of the Lin family, second elder Lin Chonghuan of the Lin family, and the other senior members of the Lin family, when they recovered their wits, their expressions changed drastically. When their gazes once again landed on the young man standing beside Lin Tonghong's corpse, all of them, without exception, were filled with disbelief. If they had not seen it with their own eyes, they would not have believed that a youth of such age had the ability to kill the fourth elder of the Lin family, a level 3 adept of Qi gathering, Lin Tonghong. Lin Tianzheng, the first elder of the Lin family, was the last to regain his senses among the senior members of the Lin family. Brother Hong. After regaining his wits, Lin Tianzheng stared furiously at Lin Tonghong's lifeless corpse, and as he cried out in grief, his body trembled with rage. Lin Tonghong was only his cousin by blood, but in his eyes, he was no different from his own brother. And now, he had seen Lin Tonghong die in front of him, and he was filled with rage that could not be contained. Zhou Donghuang, you dare to kill my brother Hong, I will have your life. Lin Tianzheng's rationality had been completely destroyed by his rage, and he did not even consider whether Zhou Donghuang's ability was stronger than his. He immediately sprang forward, pouncing at Zhou Donghuang like a cheetah eyeing its prey. Although his rationality was almost destroyed by his rage, Lin Tianzheng did not dare to be careless as he neared Zhou Donghuang, and he used the lesser-grade fist technique of the Lin family, Frenzied Python Fist, with all his might. Whoosh! Lin Tianzheng was a level 4 adept of Qi gathering, and his punch contained the strength of 4 bulls, more than 3,000 jin of force, and the wind howled. And the arm that Lin Tianzheng had used to punch seemed to transform into a raging python, charging wildly at Zhou Donghuang. Good move. Faced with Lin Tianzheng's ferocious punch, Zhou Donghuang laughed lightly, and with a movement of his feet, he shot forward. Whoosh! As he shot forward, Zhou Donghuang's fist whistled out like a cannonball, meeting Lin Tianzheng's ferocious fist head-on. Vajra Fist, a second-grade fist technique, emphasized directness, speed, accuracy, and viciousness, using the force of the fist to destroy the enemy. With this second-grade fist technique, Vajra Fist, in addition to Zhou Donghuang's strength that was no weaker than Lin Tianzheng's, the power of his punch was unimaginable. Bang! Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, Zhou Donghuang and Lin Tianzheng's fists met, and the fist that was a size smaller than Lin Tianjing's was especially conspicuous. Ka-cha! Ah! Before the crowd could react, they heard the crisp sound of bones cracking and breaking, followed by an old and shrill scream. Zhou Donghuang stood motionless, but Lin Tianjing was sent flying, landing pathetically on the ground 3 meters away. The arm that he had used to punch was broken, and it was obvious that it had been crippled by Zhou Donghuang's punch. Their strength was equal, but a second-grade technique could completely crush a lesser-grade technique. Hence, this was the result. At this moment, the entire crowd was silent. Even Lu Qinghu and Lu Bao could not help but stare in shock at the scene before them. It turned out that even without the black iron spear, this young master Donghuang's ability was just as strong. Lin Tianjing was no ordinary level 4 adept of qi gathering. He was one of the 4 level 4 adepts of the preeminent Lin family, and his ability was second only to the patriarch of the Lin family, Lin Zhuiyue. Many years ago, he had already made a name for himself in Yunfeng Prefecture. However, such a person had one of his arms crippled in a fist fight with a young man. Hiss! 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 When the group of Lin family disciples came to their senses one after another, they were so shocked that they all sucked in a breath of cold air. Since when had the head elder of the Lin family become so weak? Was this really the head elder of the Lin family, a level 4 adept? You are, a level 5 adept? Lin Tianjing gritted his teeth, enduring the pain of his broken arm. When he looked at Zhou Donghuang again, his eyes were filled with shock and fear, as if he had seen a ghost, and his voice trembled violently. At the same time, Zhou Donghuang's expression was indifferent as he walked towards Lin Tianjing, his gaze cold and emotionless. With every step he took, Lin Tianjing felt immense pressure, causing Lin Tianjing's expression to change again and again. You want to kill me? No. You can't kill me. If you kill me, the Lin family will not let you off. Lin Tianjing panicked. The Lin family? Zhou Donghuang smiled disdainfully, and as Lin Tianjing lifted himself up with one hand to escape, Zhou Donghuang chased after him like a gust of wind, his palm landing cleanly. Boom! After 4th elder Lin Tonghong of the Lin family, another member of the Lin family had fallen, and this time it was the head elder of the Lin family, Lin Tianjing. You actually killed head elder? Seeing Lin Tianjing dead, the patriarch of the Lin family, Lin Zhuiyue, stared angrily at Zhou Donghuang, trembling with rage but not daring to make a move. The power that Zhou Donghuang had displayed so far exceeded his own, and even if he rushed forward, he would not escape death. Faced with Lin Zhuiyue's angry glare, Zhou Donghuang merely glanced at him and smiled casually. I, Zhou Donghuang, always do as I please. If anyone is dissatisfied, I welcome your advice. If you have such power, why did you go through the trouble of formulating the blood-staunching elixir to clear Lin Lan's name? Lin Zhuiyue asked in a low voice, are you making fun of us? He really could not understand. Given Zhou Donghuang's power, from the beginning, he could have used overwhelming force to suppress the Lin family and force them to punish 4th elder Lin Tonghong. Even if Lin Tonghong had not stolen Lin Lan's formula, given Zhou Donghuang's power, he could have made it so. The planet of Ziyun was a place where the strong were revered, and adepts who were strong enough could even set the rules and order. I would have liked to do that. As Zhou Donghuang spoke, he looked at Lin Lan, who was being supported by Granny Lian, and his gaze softened. But my mother would not allow me to do that. She said that if I did that, it would be no different from Lin Tonghong, who had stolen her formula and used force to oppress her. Besides, she regarded the Lin family as her most devout faith, and would not allow me to make the first move against the Lin family. At this point, as if suddenly remembering something, Zhou Donghuang's electrifying gaze fell on a middle-aged man in the crowd who had just turned and was about to leave. Lin Hua. Zhou Donghuang said calmly. Are you coming over yourself, or should I go over? The middle-aged man whom Zhou Donghuang had fixed his eyes on was none other than Lin Hua, the collateral descendant of the Lin family who had allowed them into the Lin family mansion a few days ago and then slandered them for climbing over the wall to enter. Thump. Hearing Zhou Donghuang's voice, Lin Hua's body suddenly trembled, and then, as if he had been scared out of his wits, he turned and ran to Zhou Donghuang to kneel down, trembling. "Young Master Donghuang, I deserve to die. I should not have slandered you. I deserve to die. I deserve to die." As Lin Hua spoke, he raised his hands and slapped himself again and again, as if he would not stop until Zhou Donghuang told him to. He did this in the hope that Zhou Donghuang would be lenient and spare his life. Chapter 54. In the huge backyard of the Lin family mansion, only Lin Hua's pleas and slaps could be heard. Slander? What did Lin Hua do? Why don't I understand? Many of the Lin family juniors were bewildered, completely unaware of what had happened. Of course, although they did not know what had happened, they were certain of one thing: Lin Hua had provoked Lin Lan's terrifying adopted son, Zhou Donghuang. Otherwise, why would Zhou Donghuang only target him when there were so many Lin family juniors watching? Lin Hua is really caught in his own trap. The collateral descendant who guarded the gate of the neighboring mansion with Lin Hua that day was also there. He shook his head and sighed softly. "Lin Nan, do you know how Lin Hua offended Zhou Donghuang?" A Lin family junior asked curiously. As Lin Nan recounted the sequence of events, the surrounding Lin family juniors finally understood why Zhou Donghuang had targeted Lin Hua. Lin Hua is really ruthless. I have never heard of him having a grudge against Lin Lan. I remember that Lin Hua used to be Lin Lan's pursuer, and he was the persistent type. Finally, Lin Lan publicly rejected him, and he stopped pursuing Lin Lan. Could it be that he still holds a grudge because of that? It's possible. If it is really because of that, isn't Lin Hua too petty? When the group of Lin family disciples looked at Lin Hua again, their eyes were filled with disdain. I wonder how Zhou Donghuang will deal with Lin Hua. Many of the Lin family juniors looked at Zhou Donghuang. If you had known this would happen, you would not have done it in the first place. Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, Zhou Donghuang glanced at Lin Hua, then lifted his leg and stomped down, directly killing Lin Hua. Lin Hua's begging and slapping sound stopped abruptly. Zhou Donghuang had stomped Lin Hua to death as casually as if he were stepping on an ant. This scene caused the scalps of the Lin family juniors to go numb. After withdrawing his foot from Lin Hua's body, Zhou Donghuang glanced at Lin Zhuiyue, the patriarch of the Lin family. With just one glance, Lin Zhuiyue's expression changed as if he was facing a formidable enemy. Only when Zhou Donghuang's gaze shifted away from Lin Zhuiyue did the latter sigh in relief. Seeing Zhou Donghuang's gaze fall on him, the second elder of the Lin family, Lin Chonghuan, could only smile bitterly, but he was not as frightened as Lin Zhuiyue, as if he had cast aside his life and death. Wrong, all wrong. Grand Elder is wrong, Patriarch is wrong, I'm wrong too. Lin Chonghuan knew that all of them were wrong today. Otherwise, as long as Lin Lan was in the Lin family, her adopted son, Zhou Donghuang, would definitely remain in the Lin family. To have such strength at the age of 16 or 17, if he was given another 10 or 20 years, how far would he grow? The Lin family had missed a great opportunity. Donghuang, let's go. At this moment, Lin Lan called out to Zhou Donghuang. She had been watching Zhou Donghuang's actions from the beginning to the end. From the moment she announced that she was leaving the Lin family, her pious faith in the Lin family had completely collapsed. Right now, the Lin clan was no longer important to her, and she no longer considered herself a member of the Lin clan. All right. Zhou Donghuang responded and returned to Lin Lan's side. Supporting Lin Lan, he led Fu and Granny Lian towards the main entrance of the Lin family mansion. Lin Lan. Lin Chonghuan gritted his teeth and finally called out to Lin Lan, would you consider remaining in the Lin family? The Lin family can give you justice. For the sake of the Lin family, Lin Chonghuan had put down his pride. Justice? Lin Lan heard this and turned her head to look at Lin Chonghuan. Second elder, do I, Lin Lan, still need the Lin family to give me justice now? My son has already helped me seek justice. As for the Lin family, from today onwards, it has nothing to do with me. With that, Lin Lan and Zhou Donghuang left together, and the crowd of Lin family juniors parted to make a path as they watched them leave. They all wore bitter smiles on their faces. Like Lin Chonghuan, they also knew that the Lin family had missed a great opportunity. Lin Lan and her adopted son, Zhou Donghuang, should have been the greatest help to the Lin family. But now, they had been pushed out the door by the Lin family. Second elder, if she wants to leave, let her go, the Lin family does not need a mere collateral descendant. Lin Zhuiyue said in a low voice. Although his voice was full of energy, the Lin family knew that he was using this as an excuse to save his last shred of face. Today, the Lin family's greatest loss was not the deaths of head elder and fourth elder, but Lin Lan's departure. When Lin Lan left, she took with her a mere 16 or 17-year-old who was suspected to already be a level 5 adept of qi gathering. Farewell, Patriarch Lin. Seeing that Zhou Donghuang had left, Lu Qinghu naturally did not intend to stay any longer. After bidding farewell to Lin Zhuiyue, he left with Lu Bao. Patriarch Lu, please wait. Seeing this, Lin Zhuiyue hurriedly called out to Lu Qinghu. We have not discussed the dealership for your Lu family's qi gathering elixir, there is no need for discussion. Before Lin Zhuiyue could finish speaking, Lu Qinghu, who had stopped in his tracks, interrupted him. Lu Qinghu turned his head and glanced at Lin Zhuiyue. The Lu family's dealership for the qi gathering elixir will never be given to the Lin family. To the extent that, from now on, the Lu family will never cooperate with the Lin family in any way. As Lu Qinghu spoke, a cold smile appeared on his lips. Lu Qinghu's words caused Lin Zhuiyue's expression to change, and he instinctively asked, why? Because the owner of the qi gathering elixir formula of the Lu family is Madame Lin Lan's adopted son, Zhou Donghuang. The Lu family is only acting as his agent for the production and sale of the qi gathering elixir. As he finished speaking, Lu Qinghu left with Lu Bao. It was not until the two figures disappeared from the sight of the Lin family that they came back to their senses. Their faces were filled with astonishment at the same time. My God! The Lu family's qi gathering elixir formula actually belongs to Lin Lan's adopted son, Zhou Donghuang? How is this possible? Patriarch Lu Qinghu of the Lu family said it himself, it can't be false. Who would have thought, that adopted son of Lin Lan's is actually a hidden dragon? That hidden dragon should have belonged to the Lin family. At this moment, the group of Lin family juniors present sighed in pity, and at the same time, they more or less resented Patriarch Lin Zhuiyue, but did not dare to voice it. Patriarch, I'll take my leave first. The second elder of the Lin family, Lin Chonghuan, gave a long sigh, bade farewell to Lin Zhuiyue, and left, leaving behind a desolate and forlorn figure. Lin Zhuiyue, the patriarch of the Lin family, stood rooted to the spot, his face alternating between green and white, his thoughts inscrutable. After a moment, Lin Zhuiyue recovered his wits, and his cold gaze swept over the group of Lin family juniors present. If anyone dares to spread word of what happened today, they will be punished according to the house rules. As he finished speaking, he left. However, although Lin Zhuiyue's words had intimidated some of the Lin family juniors, there were still quite a few bold Lin family juniors who spread the news. In just a few days, the entire capital city of Yunfeng Prefecture knew of what had happened in the backyard of the Lin family mansion on February 10, 1228 of the Ziyun era. On February 10, 1228 of the Ziyun era, 17-year-old Zhou Donghuang, the adopted son of a collateral descendant of the Lin family, had killed the fourth elder of the Lin family and the head elder of the Lin family in the backyard of the Lin family mansion, and was suspected to have attained level 5 of qi gathering. As the news spread, the entire capital city of Yunfeng Prefecture was shaken. It could be imagined that as the news spread, not just the capital city, but the entire Yunfeng Prefecture, and even the surrounding prefectures, would be shaken. In the history of the country of Yunyang, there had never been a 17-year-old level 5 adept of qi gathering. Zhou Donghuang's achievements were unprecedented in the country of Yunyang. Of course, as the news spread, even more people were skeptical. If they had not seen it with their own eyes, they would not have believed that Yunfeng Prefecture could produce a 17-year-old level 5 adept of qi gathering. After all, in the history of the country of Yunyang, there had never been such a person. The governor's household, the Zhao family. Elder San, have you heard about the news that has been spreading in the capital city recently? In the quiet courtyard, the shopkeeper of the Hall of Gods, Zhao Ruochen, stood respectfully as he asked Zhao San, who was leisurely sipping his tea at the stone table. What is it? Zhao San had not left his room recently and had been practicing in his room, eating and drinking in his room. He had just stepped out of his room 2 hours ago. Elder San, that Zhou Donghuang has come to the capital again. 5 days ago, he killed the fourth elder and head elder of the Lin family mansion in a fit of rage for his mother. Just as Zhao Ruochen finished speaking, the teacup in Zhao San's hand shattered with a loud crack, and his originally calm expression was replaced by one of shock. Has this matter been verified? Zhao San asked Zhao Ruochen with a solemn expression after taking a deep breath and calming his trembling emotions. I asked people to find a dozen or so Lin family disciples who were present that day, and they all confirmed this matter. Zhao Ruochen said. Zhou Donghuang, where is he now? Zhao San suddenly stood up and stared at Zhao Ruochen as he asked anxiously. Although he could tell from the past that Zhou Donghuang was not simple. However, he had not expected that the 17-year-old Zhou Donghuang would have the ability to kill the head elder of the Lin family, Lin Tianzheng. Even now, he might not be Lin Tianzheng's match with the Zhao family's movement technique. He's at the Lu family. Zhao Ruochen said. Lu family? The Lu family that just became a preeminent family not long ago? Zhao San asked. Yes. Zhao Ruochen nodded. I knew it. Lu Qinghu, the head of the Lu clan, didn't make a breakthrough earlier or later. Why did he make a breakthrough all of a sudden? Zhao San's eyes flashed as he fell into deep thought. Third master, you mean? Lu Qinghu's breakthrough has something to do with Zhou Donghuang? Zhao Ruochen was stunned. Chapter 55. The Li family household. As one of the preeminent families of Yunfeng Prefecture, the atmosphere in the Li family was still gloomy because of the death of their second young master, Li Pingyun. Have you confirmed it? Li Jingyu, the patriarch of the Li family, stared at the Li family elder and asked. Patriarch, I have confirmed it, it is true. The Li family elder smiled bitterly. I was wondering why Lu Qinghu and Fang Tianyi not only did not avenge their son, but they even went all the way to Qingshan town to serve Zhou Donghuang. It turns out that Zhou Donghuang is so powerful. Li Jingyu's eyes flashed coldly. It seems that the death of the former patriarch of the Ma family, Ma Tianba, is most likely related to him. Patriarch, that Zhou Donghuang is suspected to be a level 5 adept, the Li family cannot afford to offend him. The Li family elder smiled bitterly. The Li family did not do anything to him before, so naturally we will not do anything to him now. Let's wait for my eldest daughter to return from Guangling Prefecture first. If there is really no other way, I will not seek revenge for my son, lest I fail and drag the Li family down with me. Although Li Jingyu's words were extremely calm, his tightly clenched fists were already overflowing with traces of blood. One could see how resentful and aggrieved he was right now. Now, he could only place his hopes on his eldest daughter, who was married to the junior governor of the intermediate-level prefecture of Guangling Prefecture. Although his eldest daughter was only the concubine of the young county chief, she was the one he doted on the most among his 3 wives and 4 concubines. In the letter I wrote to her, I asked her to try her best to come back with the young governor of the Guangling Prefecture. I don't know if she will come back alone or with the young governor this time. If that junior county governor is here, I might be able to avenge my son. Guangling Prefecture was an intermediate-level prefecture. The governor of Guangling Prefecture, the Wu family, was a grand family with many level 6 adepts. Whenever his son-in-law went out, he would usually be accompanied by at least 2 level 5 adepts. At the same time, on the other side of the Li family household. Impossible, impossible, that Zhou Donghuang is a martial invalid. How can he be a level 5 adept? Moreover, he is only 17 years old. Li Rui kept shaking her head, unwilling to believe that all of this was real. However, in order to verify this point, she had purposely asked many people. The more she asked, the more despair she felt. Now, although she kept saying that she didn't believe it, she already believed it in the depths of her heart. She just couldn't accept it. Her mother Li Yun's words still rang in her ears. Rui, you're wrong. Donghuang is a dragon among men. If you miss him, you'll regret it. Li Rui regretted it. She had always wanted to find a man of high status and fly up the branches like a phoenix, but in the end, she missed the best opportunity. Zhou Donghuang, whom she had looked down on, was just as her mother Li Yun had said, a dragon among men. The Hong family was also one of the preeminent families of Yunfeng Prefecture. Currently, in the Hong family mansion, there was also a person who had heard the news that had spread like wildfire outside. Zhou Donghuang killed the head elder of the Lin family, Lin Tianzheng, who was a level 4 adept of qi gathering. A slender and elegant young girl dressed in a light yellow robe had an expression of shock and disbelief on her pretty face that carried a hint of childishness. How could that good-for-nothing have such power? The young lady's eyes were filled with disbelief. Uncle Hong, is this true? The young lady looked at the person who had told her the news. It was a middle-aged man with a stern expression, dressed in a loose green robe. It was the patriarch of the preeminent Hong family, Hong Wei. Dandan, it's true. Hong Wei nodded solemnly. I specially sent someone to find out. Zhou Donghuang really did kill Lin Tianzheng. That day, Lin Tianzheng even used the fist technique of the Lin family, the frenzied python fist. But after exchanging a blow with Zhou Donghuang, he was sent flying backwards, and the arm he used to punch with was broken by Zhou Donghuang. The power that Zhou Donghuang displayed that day was no weaker than that of a level 5 adept of qi gathering. Even though he had not just found out, Hong Wei's face was still full of shock. The young lady was none other than Chen Dandan, Lin Lan's adopted daughter and Zhou Donghuang's childhood sweetheart. Because she had betrayed Lin Lan and leaked the formula of the Lin family to the Hong family, she had completely fallen out with Lin Lan and Zhou Donghuang. After leaving Qingshan town, she had come to the preeminent Hong family of the prefecture capital. That good-for-nothing grew up with me. I know all about him. How could he possibly have that kind of strength? Chen Dandan still could not believe it, but she had no choice but to believe the words of Hong Wei, the patriarch of the Hong family. Dandan, even if he is talented, if he cannot enter the Valley of the Medicine Masters, he will at most be stuck at great consummation of qi gathering. Hong Wei smiled faintly. And now Yunfei, who is already in the Valley of the Medicine Masters, and you, who are about to go to the Valley of the Medicine Masters, will have the full support of the second elder of the sect of the Medicine Masters, and you will reach the Khanate stage sooner or later. Reaching the Khanate stage of qi gathering is like a carp leaping through the dragon's gate. The two cannot be mentioned in the same breath, that Zhou Donghuang will never be able to compare to the two of you. Hong Wei said. The Valley of the Medicine Masters was a sect above the country of Yunyang, and even the imperial court of Yunyang had to pay tribute to it every year. And under the Valley of the Medicine Masters, there were 16 countries like Yunyang, collectively known as the 16 countries of the East Valley. In the country of Yunyang, a great consummation adept of the Qi gathering was already considered the strongest. But in the Valley of the Medicine Masters, there were even adepts who had reached the Khanate stage, and there were quite a few of them. But if his talent is really that high, and the news reaches the Valley of the Medicine Masters, the people of the Valley of the Medicine Masters will definitely want to take him in, right? Chen Dandan frowned, clearly worried. Hong Wei laughed heartily. Dandan, you don't have to worry about this at all. The person in the Valley of the Medicine Masters who is usually in charge of liaising with the country of Yunyang is Yunfei, and your teacher, the second elder of the Valley of the Medicine Masters, Chen Tianhe. As long as Zhou Donghuang does not get past him, he is destined not to enter the Valley of the Medicine Masters. Furthermore, when you go to the Valley of the Medicine Masters and become Elder Chen's disciple, as long as you and Yunfei build good relations with the other disciples of the Valley of the Medicine Masters, don't tell me that you can't even ask those disciples of the Valley of the Medicine Masters to kill Zhou Donghuang in the cradle? I'm sure those arrogant disciples of the Valley of the Medicine Masters would not want to see a kid from a small rural town riding over their heads in the future, right? As Hong Wei spoke, a cold glint flashed across his eyes. Hearing Hong Wei's words, Chen Dandan's eyes lit up immediately. Yes. We can kill him in the cradle, and not let him grow any further. Zhou Donghuang, you are destined to be stepped on by me, Chen Dandan, for the rest of your life. Don't even think of making a comeback. Chen Dandan laughed coldly to herself. Leaving the courtyard where Chen Dandan lived, Hong Wei's eyes flashed, and his lips curled into a faint smile. I never thought that a preeminent family like the Hong family would one day be connected to the Valley of the Medicine Masters. As long as Yunfei and Dandan get married, what is done, and the Hong family will be completely tied to the second elder of the Valley of the Medicine Masters. When that time comes, let alone grand families or tycoon families, as long as the Hong family wants to, we can even replace the imperial court of the country of Yunyang and become the new ruler of the country of Yunyang. Chen Dandan was the illegitimate daughter of the second elder of the Valley of the Medicine Masters, Chen Tianhe. This was something that even Chen Dandan herself did not know. Initially, Hong Wei had coincidentally found out that the second elder of the Valley of the Medicine Masters, Chen Tianhe, was looking for his illegitimate daughter, so he had tried to help. In the end, he had found out that Chen Tianhe's illegitimate daughter was in Qingshan town, below Yunfeng Prefecture, and that she had been adopted by Lin Lan, the guild master of the Magnolia Guild, under the Lin family. Everything that had happened after that was logical. He had allowed his son to pursue Chen Dandan, and after the two of them had confirmed their relationship, his son had taken advantage of the situation to become the disciple of Chen Dandan's biological father, the second elder of the Valley of the Medicine Masters, Chen Tianhe. In the next few days, he would send Chen Dandan to the Valley of the Medicine Masters to meet the second elder of the Valley of the Medicine Masters, Chen Tianhe. The Lu family household. Young Master Donghuang. The first young master of the Lu family, Lu Yuan, who had been forced by Zhou Donghuang to maim his own leg, walked briskly into the courtyard where Zhou Donghuang was temporarily staying. Looks like you've recovered well. Zhou Donghuang, who was sitting at the stone table in the courtyard drinking tea and basking in the sun, looked at Lu Yuan's reattached leg and smiled. It's all thanks to young Master Donghuang for treating me. Lu Yuan looked at Zhou Donghuang gratefully and explained the reason for his visit. Young Master Donghuang, I'm here to tell you, that Zhao San of the Zhao family of the governor's household has come to the Lu family. Just now, I passed by the hall and overheard the conversation between him and my father. He seems to be here for you. Lu Yuan said. Zhao San? Zhou Donghuang raised an eyebrow and nodded slightly, saying nothing more. Young Master Donghuang, although that Zhao San gave Yunxian restaurant to you, he is not a good person. Initially, Fang Tianyi, Ma Jin, and I found out from him that he would not protect you, so we came up with the idea of going to Qingshan town to rob your Yunxian restaurant. Lu Yuan reminded him, as if afraid that Zhou Donghuang was too close to Zhao San and would not even know that Zhao San had betrayed him. However, how could Zhou Donghuang not know all that he was saying? Given Zhou Donghuang's 1,000 years of experience, what kind of storms had he not experienced? He had already guessed what Lu Yuan was saying. Young Master Donghuang. Not long after Lu Yuan spoke, Lu Qinghu's voice came from outside the courtyard. Young Master Donghuang, Zhao San of the Zhao family of the governor's household requests an audience. After Lu Qinghu's voice, another energetic voice came. Chapter 56. Young Master Donghuang, it's been 2 months, but you look as good as ever. Zhao San and Lu Qinghu stood together, looking at the young man in white sitting at the stone table with a complicated expression. 2 months ago, the young man had cured him of the illness he had suffered from Qigong deviation, allowing him to return to level 4 of Qi gathering. At that time, although he had felt that the young man was not simple, he had never imagined that in just 2 months, the young man would reach a height that even he could not hope to reach. Seeing Zhou Donghuang again, Zhao San changed the way he addressed Zhou Donghuang from Young Master Zhou to Young Master Donghuang, and his tone was even more respectful. Although he could not confirm whether Zhou Donghuang had really attained level 5 of Qi gathering, Zhou Donghuang had indeed demonstrated the ability of a level 5 adept when he killed the head elder of the Lin family a few days ago. Based on this, Zhou Donghuang was now on equal footing with his elder brother, the governor of Yunfeng Prefecture, Zhao Lisheng. Why are you looking for me? Zhou Donghuang asked Zhao San calmly as he squinted under the sun and sipped his tea leisurely. Seeing that Zhou Donghuang was so direct, Zhao San did not beat around the bush. Young Master Donghuang, the Zhao family of the governor's household would like to invite you to be an external elder. Before coming to the Lu family household, Zhao San had not only known of Zhou Donghuang's powerful abilities, but he also knew that Zhou Donghuang had many valuable prescriptions. For example, the blood-staunching elixir that the Lin family had previously sold to monopolize the high-end market in Yunfeng Prefecture had come from Zhou Donghuang. And recently, the cheap Qi-gathering elixir that the Lu family had sold to monopolize the Qi-gathering elixir market in Yunfeng Prefecture had also come from Zhou Donghuang. Because of this, Zhao San had specially sought out his elder brother, the head of the Zhao family of the governor's household, the governor of Yunfeng Prefecture, Zhao Lisheng, and finally reached an agreement with Zhao Lisheng to invite Zhou Donghuang to join the Zhao family. Not interested. Zhou Donghuang had already responded casually as Zhao San finished speaking. Young Master Donghuang, as long as you are willing to join the Zhao family, we can satisfy all your requests to the best of our ability. Seeing that Zhou Donghuang had rejected him without hesitation, Zhao San was a little anxious, and he began to list his terms. I said I'm not interested, don't you understand me? Zhou Donghuang suddenly opened his eyes. A cold light flashed in them as he spoke impatiently. Zhao San took a deep breath and smiled bitterly. Young Master Donghuang, I know that I have offended you by declaring that I would not protect you as the new owner of Yunxian Restaurant. Why don't you give me a chance to make amends? Protect me? Zhou Donghuang smiled brightly. Zhao San, aren't you being too full of yourself? I, Zhou Donghuang, need your protection. Zhao San's expression froze. Only then did he remember that with the power that Zhou Donghuang had displayed a few days ago, he really did not need his protection. No matter what, Zhao San will always remember young Master Donghuang's kindness. At this point, Zhao San could tell that Zhou Donghuang had no interest in visiting the Zhao family of the governor's household, so he did not continue to send out invitations. Back then, I helped you because I saw that you had a good reputation and knew that if I helped you, you would not make things difficult for the Magnolia Guild. You gave Yunxian Restaurant to me, and we already owe each other a favor. There is no need to feel that you owe me a favor. Zhou Donghuang shook his head. Although he really did not need Zhao San's protection. If Zhao San had not expressed any opinion on the future ownership of Yunxian Restaurant after he left, he might have been more courteous to Zhao San now. But not only did Zhao San not do that, he even deliberately announced that he would not care about the future ownership of Yunxian restaurant, as if he was deliberately causing trouble for Zhou Donghuang. He had no reason to blame Zhao San. After all, Zhao San had indeed given Zhou Donghuang restaurant to Zhou Donghuang and returned the favor. However, Zhou Donghuang had the freedom to no longer have anything to do with Zhao San. "Chief Lu, please see our guest out." Zhou Donghuang stretched lazily and glanced at Lu Qinghu. "Yes, young Master Donghuang." Now, in Lu Qinghu's eyes, even the words of the governor of the governor's household were not as important as Zhou Donghuang's. Therefore, he immediately asked Lu Qinghu to leave Zhou Donghuang's yard and the Lu family mansion. "Initially, when I announced to the public that I would not care about the future ownership of Yunxian restaurant, I simply wanted to test him. I did not expect that I would end up making a fool of myself and make him dislike me." Standing outside the gates of the Lu family mansion, Zhao San smiled bitterly. He had never imagined that his wrong decision would lead to such consequences. March 10, 1228 of the Ziyun era. In the prefecture city of Yunfeng Prefecture, a large mansion had been erected on the empty plot of land beside the Lu family mansion. At the entrance of the mansion, there was a plaque hanging on it with the words Magnolia Guild written in flamboyant calligraphy. The words were majestic, and if one were to look closely, it would give one a visual shock. The inscription on the bottom right corner of the plaque was, "Zhou Donghuang." A month ago, after leaving the Lin family mansion with Lin Lan, Zhou Donghuang had called Lu Qinghu over and asked him to help rebuild the Magnolia Guild. Lu Qinghu could not wait for Zhou Donghuang to ask him for help, so he naturally agreed to Zhou Donghuang's request unconditionally. Coincidentally, the empty plot of land beside the Lu family mansion had been bought by the Lu family from the governor's household many years ago and had never been used, so Lu Qinghu took this opportunity to give it to Zhou Donghuang. In a short month, the Magnolia Guild had been rebuilt with the help of the Lu family on the empty plot of land, and it looked exactly like the Magnolia Guild in Qingshan town. This was also rebuilt according to Zhou Donghuang's request, and Granny Lian personally supervised the entire process. Today was the opening day of the Magnolia Guild, and Lin Lan and Granny Lian were already standing at the entrance of the Magnolia Guild early in the morning, welcoming guests who had come to congratulate them. A crowd of onlookers had already gathered at the entrance of the Magnolia Guild. Today is the opening day of the Magnolia Guild of young Master Donghuang's foster mother, Lin Lan. I wonder who will come to congratulate them. The Lin family and the Li family will definitely not come. The Lu family will definitely come, but as for the other two preeminent families in the prefecture capital of Yunfeng Prefecture, the Hong family and the Zhao family of the governor's household, I wonder if they will come. Normally, they should give face to young Master Donghuang. As the sun rose, a figure, escorted by two old men, walked up the steps of the Magnolia Guild under the watchful eyes of the crowd. The lesser Fong family congratulates the Magnolia Guild on its reopening. Guild Master Lin, this is a gift from the Fong family, please accept it. The patriarch of the Fong family, Fong Jishan, was the first to present a gift of 200,000 liang of silver to Lin Lan. Thank you, Patriarch Fong. Lin Lan smiled and thanked Fong Jishan, while Granny Lian behind her stepped forward to receive the silver. The lesser Ma family congratulates the Magnolia Guild on its reopening. Guild Master Lin, I am Ma Dongfeng, the new patriarch of the Ma family. After Fong Jishan, the patriarch of the Ma family, Ma Dongfeng, also arrived and presented 200,000 liang of silver as a gift. Thank you, Patriarch Ma. Lin Lan smiled and thanked him. The preeminent Lu family congratulates the Magnolia Guild on its reopening. Soon, the patriarch of the Lu family, Lu Qinghu, also appeared. As for Lu Qinghu's gift, although it was also in the form of silver notes, it was more than 1 million liang. 1 million liang of silver? This patriarch of the Lu family is so generous. I had long heard that the Lu family was on good terms with young Master Donghuang, but I did not expect it to be this good. my goodness, 1 million liang of silver notes, this is the first time I have seen so much money in my life. It is said that the qi-gathering elixir of the Lu family was formulated using young Master Donghuang's formula. Young Master Donghuang has brought so much to the Lu family, it is normal for the Lu family to give such a gift. The gift that Lu Qinghu gave shocked many of the onlookers. Patriarch Lu, this is too much. You have already helped the Magnolia Guild enough, we cannot accept these silver notes. Lin Lan smiled bitterly. Guild Master Lin, compared to young Master Donghuang's kindness to me, this amount of money is nothing. In the end, Lu Qinghu forced the silver notes into Granny Lian's hands. After Lu Qinghu, many of the senior members of the lesser families who had rushed over from outside the prefecture capital also came forward to congratulate the opening of the Magnolia Guild with gifts. They all wanted to use this opportunity to build good relations with the Magnolia Guild and with young Master Donghuang behind the guild. However, compared to the gifts of the Lu, Ma, and Fang families, their gifts were much more shabby. The most they had was 50,000 liang of silver notes. Of course, this was not because they were stingy, but because they were not as rich as the Lu, Ma, or Fang families. Even though they were all lesser families, there were differences. That's the governor? Suddenly, with a wave of exclamations, the crowd in front of the Magnolia Guild surged and parted to make a path. A tall, burly figure appeared in front of the crowd. This was a middle-aged man wearing a yellow robe with silver edges, with dashing eyebrows and a jade-like complexion. As he walked, he had an extraordinary aura that gave off an immense pressure. The third master of the Zhao family, Zhao San, and an old man in blue followed behind the middle-aged man like shadows. Governor. Greetings, Governor. Following Lu Qinghu, the chief of the preeminent Lu family, the senior members of the lesser families all walked down the steps of the Magnolia Guild and bowed respectfully to the newcomer. The newcomer was the governor of Yunfeng Prefecture, Zhao Lisheng. He was also the most powerful person in Yunfeng Prefecture, a powerful level 5 adept of Qi gathering. Governor. Lin Lan also came forward with Granny Lian. As a citizen of Yunfeng Prefecture, Lin Lan had an inexplicable respect for the governor of Yunfeng Prefecture. Just as Lin Lan finished speaking, the old man in blue behind Zhao Lisheng had already stepped forward and looked at Lin Lan with a piercing gaze. He asked in a low voice, "Where is Zhou Donghuang? Why isn't he coming out to welcome the governor?" "Lord Prefectural Governor, my son has been busy cultivating recently, so he wasn't present. Please forgive him." "Please do not blame me," Lin Lan said apologetically to Zhao Lisheng. Practicing? Chapter 57. Eldarin, isn't this a little too much? Lu Qinghu stood up and looked at the old man in blue, his expression darkening. The old man in blue was called Zhao Jinhan, and he was the head elder of the Zhao family of the governor's household. He was also recognized as the strongest adept below level 5 of Qi gathering in Yunfeng Prefecture. In Yunfeng Prefecture, he was recognized as the strongest adept after the governor, Zhao Lisheng. Of course, that was before. Ever since his battle in the backyard of the Lin family mansion a month ago, many people had regarded him as a level 5 adept, and they had even thought that he was stronger than Zhao Jinhan. Lu Qinghu knew very well, now that Zhao Jinhan had jumped out to make a scene, Zhao Lisheng had no intention of stopping him. To a certain extent, the Zhao family of the governor's household was trying to establish their authority. After all, young Master Donghuang's reputation had been too strong recently. If he were the governor of Yunfeng Prefecture, he would similarly suppress young Master Donghuang. However, he could not bear to see Zhao Jinhan gain the upper hand in front of young Master Donghuang's adoptive mother, because young Master Donghuang had done him, his son, and the Lu family a great favor. Therefore, he stood up. "What? Chief Lu, you've led the Lu family from a lesser family to a preeminent family. Are you getting ahead of yourself? You don't even respect the governor's household? Seeing Lu Qinghu step forward, Zhao Jin and looked at him coldly, a mocking smile playing on his lips. A mere preeminent family was nothing to Zhao Jin and. Just as Lu Qinghu's expression darkened in response to Zhao Jin and's mocking, a calm voice rang out from the main entrance of the Magnolia Guild. I was wondering why I heard a dog barking so early in the morning. It's an old dog barking non-stop at the main entrance of the Magnolia Guild. As the voice rang out, a youth dressed in white walked out from the Magnolia Guild. The youth was handsome and had an outstanding aura. His expression was calm and confident, as if he would be fearless even if the sky collapsed. Old dog? As the youth's voice reached the ears of the crowd at the main entrance of the Magnolia Guild, both the onlookers and the senior members of the lesser families gasped in shock. Zhao Jin was the second in command of the governor's household, and he was one of the top level 4 adepts in Yunfeng Prefecture. Usually, even the patriarchs of the preeminent families in Yunfeng Prefecture would have to address Zhao Jin as Eldarin, but now, this young man was comparing him to an old dog? Even though they had guessed that the young man before them was Zhou Donghuang, whose name had shaken the entire Yunfeng Prefecture in the past month, they could not help but feel their scalps tingle at this moment. This Zhou Donghuang really dared to say anything. Zhou Donghuang? Zhao Lishang's heart skipped a beat. His eyes narrowed into slits as a glint flashed across his eyes. Zhao San, who was standing behind him, watched calmly as Zhou Donghuang walked out of the Magnolia Guild. Zhou Donghuang walked out of the Magnolia Guild unhurriedly and walked down the steps to stand beside Lin Lan. Mother, you weren't scared by this old dog, were you? Before Lin Lan could speak, Zhao Jin's cold gaze had already landed on Zhou Donghuang. You are Zhou Donghuang? You said I, Zhao Jin, am an old dog? At this moment, Zhao Jin's cold gaze flashed with a murderous intent. If you keep barking, I don't mind teaching you a lesson on behalf of your master. Zhou Donghuang said calmly. Good, very good. Zhao Jin was so angry that his breathing quickened, and his chest rose and fell like a bellows. I heard that a month ago, you, Zhou Donghuang, broke the arm of the head elder of the Lin family, Lin Tianzheng, with one punch, and you are suspected to be a level 5 adept. Today, I, Zhao Jin, would like to see for myself if you, Zhou Donghuang, are really a level 5 adept like the rumors say. As soon as Zhao Jin finished speaking, he moved his feet and prepared to use the lesser-grade swiftness technique of the Zhao family to dash towards Zhou Donghuang. But just as his body trembled and he was about to move, he saw a shadow flash before his eyes, and a swift figure charged towards him at a speed far faster than his own. Under the gaze of the others, as soon as Zhao Jin finished speaking, Zhou Donghuang seemed to transform into a bolt of lightning, heading straight for Zhao Jin. Bang! Just as Zhao Jin had taken 2 or 3 steps, Zhou Donghuang's entire body had already shot up agilely, and his knee landed heavily on Zhao Jin's stomach. Zhao Jin's expression instantly became contorted and hideous. Just by looking at him, it was obvious that Zhao Jin was in pain. Following that, under the watchful eyes of the crowd, Zhou Donghuang's knee struck Zhao Jin's abdomen and followed Zhao Jinsan's body as it flew out. Zhao Jin's body landed heavily on the ground a few meters away, and Zhou Donghuang followed suit. Bang! As Zhao Jin struggled to stand up, Zhou Donghuang raised his foot and stepped on Zhao Jin's chest, pushing him back down. Ah! Zhao Jin roared as he landed on all fours, trying desperately to stand up, but his body did not move at all. Zhou Donghuang's foot was stepping on Zhao Jin and it was as if a 400 or 500 kg boulder was pressing down on Zhao Jin's body. No matter how Zhao Jin struggled, it was to no avail. Only then did the crowd regain their senses, and they could not help but gasp. So powerful. Is this really Zhao Jin? The publicly acknowledged strongest adept below level 5 of Qi gathering in Yunfeng Prefecture? Looks like this young Master Dong Huang of the Magnolia Guild is really a level 5 adept. In the past, I only heard rumors, and I thought that they were exaggerated. Now it looks like they were not exaggerated at all. Zhou Donghuang's act of stepping on Zhao Jin and shocked everyone present. Even Lin Lan, Granny Lian, and Lu Qinghu, who had personally seen Zhou Donghuang defeat head elder Lin Tianzheng of the Lin family a month ago, were shocked to see Zhou Donghuang display such power. After all, this was head elder Zhao Jin and of the governor's household, and head elder Lin Tianzheng of the Lin family. Lin Tianzheng could not compare to him. Although they were both level 4 adepts, if Lin Tianzheng were to fight Zhao Jin, he would not last more than 3 moves. The difference was too great. Young Master Donghuang, isn't he too powerful? Lu Qinghu was shocked, and his heart trembled. Whether it was Lin Tianzheng or Zhao Jin, it seemed like they were no different in front of this young Master Donghuang, and he could defeat them in 1 move. What he did not know was that a month ago, Zhou Donghuang would not have been able to do this. After a month, with the help of the Qi gathering elixir that could increase the sensitivity to Qi by 6 times, Zhou Donghuang had successfully attained level 4 of Qi gathering, becoming a level 4 adept with the strength of 4 bulls. Coupled with his extreme muscle strength, even if he did not use any martial arts techniques, his current power was no weaker than that of an ordinary level 5 adept. Zhao Jin was unlucky. This was because Zhou Donghuang had broken through to level 4 just a quarter of an hour ago. Governor Zhao. Zhou Donghuang stepped on Zhao Jin and looked calmly at the governor of Yunfeng Prefecture, Zhao Lisheng. He smiled and said, "The old dog you brought scared my mother. I'm teaching him a lesson, you don't have any objections?" Provocation. A blatant provocation. To the onlookers, Zhou Donghuang's actions were undoubtedly a blatant provocation to Zhao Lisheng, the governor of Yunfeng Prefecture. Just as they thought Zhao Lisheng would be angry, he looked at Zhou Donghuang and smiled. "Of course I have no objections." He then turned to Zhao San, who was behind him, and said, "Third brother, bring the congratulatory gift from the governor's household to President Lin." "Yes, big brother." Zhao San stepped forward and took out a large stack of banknotes and handed them to Lin Lan. He said respectfully, "President Lin, the governor's household, the Zhao family, congratulates the Magnolia Guild on its grand opening. Please accept these 500,000 taels of silver." This, Lin Lan hesitated. Her son had just beaten up the head elder of the governor's household, and it did not seem appropriate to accept a congratulatory gift from the Zhao family now. "Mother, accept it." Finally, it was Zhou Donghuang who spoke, and Lin Lan accepted the banknotes and thanked Zhao Lisheng. "Thank you, Governor." At the same time, Zhou Donghuang removed his foot from Zhao Jin and walked back to Lin Lan's side. Zhao Jin's face was ashen. Although Zhou Donghuang's technique had caused him to lose face, it had convinced him, and he no longer dared to have any thoughts of competing with Zhou Donghuang. As Zhao Sen helped Zhao Jin up and returned to Zhao Lisheng's side, Zhao Lisheng cupped his hands in greeting to Zhou Donghuang and said with a smile, "Young Master Zhou, if you have time in the future, feel free to visit the Zhao family as a guest." "All right." Zhou Donghuang nodded lightly. "President Lin, farewell." After bidding farewell to Lin Lan, Zhao Lisheng left with Zhao San and Zhao Jin. Under the watchful eyes of the crowd, they boarded the carriage that was already waiting by the roadside. As they entered the carriage, Zhao Lisheng's expression became serious, and he was no longer as calm as before. "Chief, that Zhou Donghuang is 100% a level 5 adept of Qi gathering," Zhao Jin said with a bitter smile. "Head elder, it has been hard on you to test Zhou Donghuang this time," Zhao Lisheng said apologetically. From Zhao Lisheng's words, it was obvious that what Zhao Jin had done earlier was Zhao Lisheng's idea. "Chief, for the sake of the family, this is nothing, but after today's test, even if we cannot be friends with Zhou Donghuang, we cannot be enemies." Zhao Jin said with a solemn expression. I know. Zhao Lisheng nodded, and his eyes flashed. Based on the ability he has displayed today, even I would not dare to say that I can defeat him. The most frightening thing is, he is only 17 this year. Chapter 58. A level 5 adept at the age of 17. Of these 2 points, just the latter alone was enough to cause a stir in Yunfeng Prefecture, and with the former, it could be said to be unprecedented in the history of the country of Yunyang. On March 10, 1228 of the Ziyun era, Zhou Donghuang, the son of Guild Master Lin Lan of the Magnolia Guild, had trampled head elder Zhao Jin and of the governor's household, Zhao Jin to the ground outside the main entrance of the Magnolia Guild. After the incident, the governor of Yunfeng Prefecture, Zhao Lisheng, still smiled at Zhou Donghuang. When this news spread, the entire capital city of Yunfeng Prefecture was shaken. Now it can be confirmed that Zhou Donghuang is indeed a level 5 adept. If he was not a level 5 adept, he would not have been able to trample Zhao Jin in one move, that is Zhao Jin the most powerful adept in Yunfeng Prefecture below the level 5 adepts. An ordinary level 4 adept cannot compare to him. Looks like our Yunfeng Prefecture has another level 5 adept after the governor. Even the governor is so afraid of him, his ability must be no less than the governor's. Most importantly, he is only 17 this year. Only 17 years old, but he is already so terrifying. In another 10 or 20 years, will anyone in the country of Yunyang be his match? Looks like our Yunfeng Prefecture is going to have an earth-shattering figure. Zhou Donghuang had now become the talk of the town, and most people could not help but give him a thumbs up in approval. A few people who had a grudge against Zhou Donghuang hated him so much that they could not wait for the heavens to strike him down with a bolt of lightning out of jealousy. The Magnolia Guild. Although it had been open for some time, the number of people entering and leaving the Magnolia Guild had not decreased. Instead, it had increased, to the point where the door of the Magnolia Guild was almost broken. These people were from the upper echelons of the lesser families outside the capital, and they had come to the Magnolia Guild to seek a partnership. They all expressed that they were willing to give the Magnolia Guild the most in the process of a partnership, even if they were to suffer some losses. And they did this for no other reason than the fact that the Magnolia Guild had Zhou Donghuang. These days, Lin Lan always had a bright smile on her face. She was tired but happy. In the past, she had operated the Magnolia Guild to earn money for the Lin family, but now, it was all her own money, and she no longer had to hand it over to anyone. In the past, the Magnolia Guild had only been able to continue doing business because of the Lin family's backing. And now, the Magnolia Guild was backed by her son, Zhou Donghuang. She did not even have to put in the effort to seek a partnership, and a group of people would come knocking on her door and offer to give the Magnolia Guild the largest share of the profits. After the Magnolia Guild opened for business, Zhou Donghuang stayed in his room and continued to focus on his practice. For him, cultivating and improving his strength was the most important thing. I hope Lu Qinghu can get most of those herbs. If he can, the quality of the qi-gathering elixir can be improved further. A month ago, Zhou Donghuang had given Lu Qinghu a list of herbs and instructed him to mobilize the power of the Lu family to search for the herbs on the list. Now, with the formula of the qi-gathering elixir that Zhou Donghuang had given them, the Lu family had even expanded the qi-gathering elixir business to the other prefectures around Yunfeng Prefecture, and their network had expanded considerably. The expansion of their network undoubtedly made it easier for Zhou Donghuang to search for herbs. Time passed quietly. In the blink of an eye, it was March 22, 1228 of the Ziyun era. Young master, Chief Lu is here. Zhou Donghuang, who had been practicing in his room, was startled by Fu's voice coming from the door, and his eyes lit up at the same time. Lu Qinghu had most likely come to deliver the herbs. And Zhou Donghuang had guessed correctly. Lu Qinghu had delivered a portion of the herbs he needed. Young Master Donghuang, the Lu family has only found 2/3 of the herbs you requested, we are still searching for the remaining 1/3. Lu Qinghu said guiltily after handing the herbs to Zhou Donghuang. These herbs, Zhou Donghuang's attention was completely attracted by the herbs in his hands, and after confirming which herbs were in them, a satisfied smile appeared on his face. Just right. In the list he had given Lu Qinghu, some of the herbs had similar effects, and the reason he had included herbs with similar effects was to make it easier for Lu Qinghu to find them. With these herbs, I can formulate a qi gathering elixir that increases the sensitivity to qi by 7 times. Zhou Donghuang's heart leaped, and his eyes shone even brighter. There's no need to search for the other herbs, the 2/3 of these herbs can be used to replace those herbs. Zhou Donghuang said to Lu Qinghu. Lu Qinghu, who had been looking guiltily at first, was taken aback by Zhou Donghuang's words, and then heaved a sigh of relief. That's good, that's good. Take this. Zhou Donghuang casually threw a piece of paper and 3 bottles of qi-gathering elixir to Lu Qinghu, and after a brief greeting, he returned to his room to formulate a better qi-gathering elixir. With the new qi-gathering elixir, the speed of his practice would be further increased. When Lu Qinghu saw the contents of the paper that Zhou Donghuang had given him, his eyes narrowed sharply. This is the formula for a qi-gathering elixir that increases the sensitivity to qi by 90%? A qi-gathering elixir that increased the sensitivity to qi by 90% was second only to the qi-gathering elixir that the superior-level medicine master of the Imperial Court of Yunyang could formulate. At that moment, Lu Qinghu's breathing quickened uncontrollably. However, when he returned home and used one of the 3 bottles of qi-gathering elixir that Zhou Donghuang had given him, and after practicing for a while, he was once again dumbfounded. This qi-gathering elixir can actually increase the sensitivity to qi by 6 times? In the past, the qi-gathering elixirs that Lu Qinghu had used were those that Zhou Donghuang had given him that could increase the sensitivity to qi by 3 times. And today, the 3 bottles of qi-gathering elixir that Zhou Donghuang had given him were the ones that Zhou Donghuang usually kept in reserve, the ones that could increase the sensitivity to qi by 6 times. Young Master Donghuang, who exactly is he? After being stunned for a moment, Lu Qinghu carefully took out the remaining 2 bottles of qi-gathering elixir from his bosom. When he looked at the 2 bottles again, his gaze was unusually bright, like a lecherous man looking at 2 stunning beauties. Previously, he had been using a qi-gathering elixir that increased the sensitivity to qi by 3 times. Now that he had suddenly switched to a qi-gathering elixir that increased the sensitivity to qi by 6 times, only Lu Qinghu himself could understand how much of an impact it had on him. Looks like if we follow young Master Donghuang, our Lu family will not only become a grand family, but even a tycoon family, or even a king. Lu Qinghu's eyes lit up, and at the same time, he was even more determined to follow Zhou Donghuang. Naturally, Zhou Donghuang was unaware of all this. This time, the reason why Zhou Donghuang had given Lu Qinghu a qi-gathering elixir that increased the sensitivity to qi by 6 times was because he had seen Lu Qinghu's efficiency. Moreover, after spending some time together, he was quite satisfied with Lu Qinghu's character. March 25, 1228 of the Ziyun era. A carriage pulled by 3 Fergana horses entered the capital city of Yunfeng Prefecture unhurriedly. As it weaved through the busy streets, it attracted the attention of many passers-by. On the left and right sides of the carriage, a middle-aged man riding a Fergana horse followed the carriage like a shadow. The 5 Fergana horses were in the same frame, looking majestic and awe-inspiring. The rate of heads turning was almost 100%. Under the gaze of the crowd, the carriage stopped in front of the mansion of the preeminent Li family. Seeing this, many people were shocked. They are actually going to the Li family? I've long heard that the first young lady of the Li family is married to the junior governor of the intermediate prefecture of Guangling Prefecture. Could it be that she's back to visit her family? Most likely. I heard that the governor of Guangling Prefecture, the Wu family, is a grand family. Only a family with a level 6 adept can become a grand family, and the Wu family of the governor's household of Guangling Prefecture is said to be no ordinary grand family, and they have many level 6 adepts. The governor's household in Guangling Prefecture is much more powerful than the one in Yunfeng Prefecture. Under the gaze of the crowd, the middle-aged men on the Fergana horses on both sides of the carriage jumped off their horses and stood guard on either side of the carriage, scanning their surroundings warily. "Young master, young mistress, we've arrived." One of the two drivers pulled open the curtains of the carriage, while the other jumped off and sprawled on the ground. In the next moment, the crowd saw a rather handsome young man with sword-like eyebrows and starry eyes, dressed in brocade robes, walked out of the carriage, stepping on the back of the coachman who was lying on the ground and slowly getting off the carriage. I was wondering why the driver was sprawled on the ground. Turns out he was acting as a ladder for the people in the carriage. Poverty has limited my imagination. You can play like this? First time, first time. Many passers-by sighed. Following that, the crowd saw that after the handsome young man in brocade stepped out of the carriage, a young lady dressed very lavishly also stepped out of the carriage, stepping on the back of the driver. After alighting from the carriage, the lady very naturally held the young man's hand and walked towards the main gate of the Li family household. The two middle-aged men on the Fergana horses followed closely behind them, one on the left and one on the right to protect them. First young mistress. It's first young mistress. The two Li family juniors standing at the main gate of the Li family household were initially stunned by the sight of the 5 Fergana horses, but their eyes lit up when they saw the lady walking towards them. Hearing the two Li family juniors address the lady respectfully, the crowd of onlookers suddenly understood. It really is the first young mistress of the Li family who married into the governor's household of Guangling Prefecture. That means, the young man first young mistress Li is holding is the first young master of the Wu family, the governor's household of Guangling Prefecture, Wu Nanshuan. No wonder he's the first young master of a grand family. What a grand entrance. You're tuning into the Xiaofan's Wuxia Tales YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.